Abrupt, I know.
If you're just joining us here at the pre-show, you're still relatively early. You only missed one trailer so far. And our next one is for a brand new game
in a
story franchise, well known for its depiction of long-distance relationships.
Lots of game news today. Is this Sniper 4, 5, 17?
1944. Allied
Hi,
forces
what up, Psycho?
And they're desperate.
We could get these Nazis out of France.
The French resistance have uncovered a rumor of a secret weapon so
you're so sweet. Good, this girl. Hello, baby. I swallow a bunch of pills in a second. Still have no idea what this is. Okay, it is Sniper Elite. Ain't it obvious? I figured
Welcome back to the Open
was.
Night Live 2024 pre-show.
I don't
the main event is close. It will have the big games.
It's the same mic, but I don't like the afro they put up on there.
This pre-show is bustling
It makes it too big.
Up next, a brand new trailer for Begone Beast.
Just brushed off. Oh my gosh. Oh, is that you, Lampy? That's you, isn't it? That's Lampy. Blah. Tiny and angry. This seems kind of cute so far, kind of cool. Is this adorable Dead by Daylight? Oh, that's a lot more hands than I expected. Pardon me. I'm gonna be the bear. Yeah, see, it is Lampy. Pardon me. Yes, with hammer. Oh, Fabio. Fuck yeah. Wheelchair representation. Look at you. See, look. Lampy wants more blood. Flick him off. Ooh. Dude, that's cool. And yeah, of course, he's the hot one. Mega hot.
You're about to see the most thrilling trailer for a road building simulator you've ever seen in your life right now.
Gorilla?
When I was a kid, I couldn't wait to leave this town behind.
Would that Gorilla Games? Oh no, it's Focus Entertainment, not Gorilla. I'm so stupid.
He must have had a good one on my account. When the water receded, it carried away everything.
Sailor Moon obviously has to be this one.
Gave me a reason to stay. Truth is, we can't stop what's coming. The important thing is that we rebuild.
The simulator to end all simulators. I sure hope there's a Bloodborne somewhere in that truck.
And now you're about to see a couple of games that will make you say,
Furries. You better say what he just said. What? Hmm? Is it me, or did they just take like 17 different 3D platformers from the fucking 90s and just add their own furries to it? It's actually really cute. Mario Crash Kong Warp, yeah. Oh my god, the fucking Terminator 2 reference.
The Hound of War
We got to see the title of that for like a second. Not even.
To the master's leash. True balance lies
Mud
beyond
crabs.
the edge of a blade. Do not
This is Morrowind 7.
for granted. I know I did.
A lot of the movement looks a little stiff. Big Prince of Persia, yeah, kind of, right? It looks a little stiff. It seems like kind of better in concept. That arm blockingness, it looks super cool though, but I bet it's a lot simpler than I'd like it to be.
1,000 words and tales worn as medals avail naught for a hero self-proclaimed. And what of you, trespasser?
The concept.
Pry the stone from his boot. It matters not. Your fate is sealed by weapon drawn.
Snake tail, meow meow meow.
Today, a bloodline ends.
It seems cute. You don't like how the weapons change? The style is cool.
We all agree that this pre-show is going pretty good so far, but my primary duty here is to make you aware of and excited about the fact that Opening Night Live is minutes away.
Oh,
so
I
here
love
they
that
are,
stuff.
the top 10 reasons to look forward to Gamescom Opening Night Live 2024. Number 10. A new look at Call of Duty Black Ops 6. Number 9. An extended look at the gameplay of Dune Awakening. Can I be honest with you for a second? I didn't really get Dune until the second movie, and now I think Dune is cool. Number 8. The tinge of king-like power you feel when dozens of big-budget games desperately beg you to wishlist them. Number 7 reason to look forward to Gamescom Opening Night Live 2024. News from Marvel Rivals. Number 6. An Indiana Jones and the Great Circle presentation.
Just give it to
Because there's
me.
no way it's just another super long cutscene. At some point, they're going to have to show what it's like to play this game. What button is the whip? Number 5.
All right, I agree with him 100%.
The reveal of Tarsier Studios' next game. Here's the story with this one. So Tarsier Studios, who made the Little Nightmares games, a few weeks ago, they put out this terrifying teaser with like this sliced open giant happy pig.
I'm excited about
this.
this.
It says worldwide game reveal, Gamescom ONL. And that makes me curious. I don't even know what this is. Number 4 reason to look forward to Gamescom Opening Night Live 2024. 50-50 shot Sam Lake shows up with a new dance. Just to be clear here, he is not scheduled to appear, but you always feel like there's a chance. Number 3. The first gameplay of Civilization 7 Number 2, an update on Monster Hunter Wilds. Officially, we're just calling this an update, but there's no way it's just going to be somebody talking. I promise it's going to be nice. And the number 1 reason to look forward to Gamescom Opening Night Live 2024 is... it is always nice to hear a room full of people cheer and be happy about video games. Almost always. But before we can get to any of that, there's still plenty of pre-show to go. Next up, from the studio behind Fury and Haven, here's a brand new trailer for Cairn.
Please enjoy climbing and screaming. Must be Bethesda. Come with me, climb robot. What a good little rope bot. Why people don't just build stairs? Well, they gotta get to the top first so that they can know where they're building the stairs at.
Are you ready for Cammy?
Everybody knows
Doesn't
that.
look so bad, does it?
This next part is cool. You're going to see a mysterious trailer for an unannounced game, and then immediately after that, I have an interview with that game's developer. So first, here's this.
Nope, you just start somewhere. David, well.
How long has it been? 5 days?
Farming horror allegory?
6? I need to get up. But no matter how much I sleep, I still feel tired.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because the nights here feel unsettling. The only thing that brings me a bit of comfort is that I'll never talk to another human being ever again.
Yeah, that seems kind of nice.
I've decided that this abandoned farm will be the place where I die. But until then, that leaves me with the ever-pressing question. How do I fill the time? There's always a lot to do on a farm, and it's good to keep busy. It gets your mind off things, like the things you've lost.
Oh.
We'll see what winter brings.
I am all about
after the
this.
harvest.
Yes, my little lamb, we're bringing you.
Recently, I had the
To the
opportunity
thing.
to talk to the solo
It's
developer
a horror
behind
farming
We
game.
Harvest Shadows, David Whaley.
What's up? Thanks for having me. It's a great honor.
Heck yeah, we're happy to have you. How would you label
How'd you change
We
clothes
Harvest
so
Shadows?
fast?
We Harvest Shadows is officially, I call it, a first-person farming horror allegory. And it's because I wanted to do a lot of weird things with this game. I wanted to make a beautiful horror game. It's very personal, story-wise. I call it anti-cozy game, which you're probably wondering, how does that even work? I think a lot of us, we had a hard time during the
For
pandemic.
some of us, it might
and,
be
like
cozy.
Animal Crossing, like that saved my life.
Extremely cozy.
Yes, extremely cozy. And I was like, I wonder if we can take this type of gameplay, which is relaxing, and twist it in an unusual way to make a gameplay experience that's unlike anything else. And so I want this game to be relaxing, but I also want it to be terrifying.
So I think an interesting part of that trailer is when you get your first objective on that notepad and it just says leave house, which seems like a simple thing, but I'm wondering in the game itself, is it going to be like a mechanically difficult thing to do?
I don't want to spoil anything, but in the trailer, I wanted to show that
And add Sailor Moon characters,
his
yes.
mental state and how his capacity is different. And maybe sometimes we want to judge people that, like, oh, they can't leave the house, what's the big deal? But I've had days like that where that's the hardest thing in the world. And I wanted these mental hurdles to become real. Like they're figurative challenges, but they become like literal challenges and sometimes literal demons in the game.
I've been there where leave house is a difficult objective of the day. I've been there.
Yep, me too.
No, I get that.
You don't
What
like
is
it,
something
Carl?
from that
What?
trailer you hope people didn't miss?
There is like some hidden things in the trailer. There might be
Like
some
what?
Yeah, there might be some eagle-eyed viewers, but a big theme of the game is that he wants to be alone forever, right? But he's actually being watched at all times. And so in the trailer there's a lot of hidden faces, scary things looking at him. So maybe people can go back and see if they can find him.
David Whaley, thank you so much for joining us. Have a great Gamescom.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thanks again to David for taking the time to do this and bringing the vibes back up. And I think now is as good a time as any for a super
We should make
scary
another
trailer with
Truman
biblical undertones.
that's like that, but all horror. Ooh. File scan complete. We'll make a Truman Show. We'll call it the Newman Show. And it will center around Newman, of course. But
true horror often doesn't present itself in the way we expect. Or
everything will be a horror to them in their existence, and then we'll do everything we can to never let them kill themselves.
I will reveal to you the real horror.
And nobody else gets it, right? It's only them. We're saving your life. I like this.
Bellissimo. Next up is a trailer that works better if I don't even set it up. So here's a good trailer to watch.
Stuck on a planet with nowhere to poop?
The juiciest burgers in the galaxy. Burger Squirt.
Flappy Extreme Learning Smartbot from Hot Whiz.
Radical. I smush it down my throat.
Our new Ding Dong!
Greetings, brave explorer. We here at Alta Interglobal would like to welcome you to our newest venture. The colonization of space.
Oh, great.
You've spent almost a century hurtling through the universe in cryosleep, ready to begin your work on this strange alien planet.
You came in at the best time. Hi, Bearcat Girl, I love you.
Changing market conditions have led us to the realization that space exploration is far too costly and unpredictable, and Alta has decided to cancel all future plans in space. I regret to inform you that you have therefore been made redundant. Your final check has been sent.
Did you know?
Thank you for your service, and we hope you eventually find a way home.
Did you know that I love you? Ooh, multiplayer Savage Planet, I think. No, I don't think it was Subnautica, no. Revenge of the Savage Planet. So, Savage Planet, I believe, just came out on Game Pass. Fuck 'em then. I didn't know that I love you. I love you too, Bakako.
Next up, we've got
You're the
Insoy,
best.
which is a new life sim game. It's like The Sims, but more beautiful. If you are interested in getting a
You
head
got the
start on creating
power.
your characters, this next trailer is for you.
Cats rule everything. Of course you want to play this. A brute! Yeah, I think so. 100 baby challenge. What did she throw? somebody else finally taking the Sims approach. Does The Sims get to be known as a genre now? Will these people not be sued for making actual Sims? Tribe 9. Is this new Zenless Zone 0? Yeah, Honkai guy, pretty much. He's got a baseball bat. Screw the pooch apparently, and they make it a mobile phone game. What? HT2D. This looks mega generic. Meh.
Welcome back to the Gamescom Opening Night Live 2024 pre-show, where we are getting people excited for a big night of video game trailers by showing you more and more game trailers. And next up is another brand new game announcement.
I've always wanted to fly. The joy of it, the freedom of it.
This seems familiar. What is this?
In your hands and soar.
Corinth?
In us all, isn't it?
Like Corinthians?
That's what me.
Sailor Moon. Or is this the new Starfield thing? Nah. Coming screaming about poopers out here. SB6. Ooh. Juicy. Live space. Directive. Oh, it's a dark pictures
This might be
game.
hard for you to believe, but we have just one trailer left in this pre-show. You might remember, back at Summer Game Fest, Capcom announced that Terry Bogard would be joining Season 2 of Street Fighter VI. Then, last month at EVO, we all got to see what his in-game character model looks like. But tonight, now, in this moment, Terry's about to power
My
dunk
sweet
all
Gop.
crowds. Here is the Street Fighter
Hello.
6 Terry
I love
Bogard
you.
gameplay reveal.
Oh, it's gameplay reveal time. Let's do this. Okay. Wah, 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 wah. I miss you so much, Gop Gop. I hope that you're doing absolutely fantastic. The Duck King in the back there with poison. Oh. The later leather jacket version. Groove with the Submarino. Thank you so much. Woo! So good. Power geyser, motherfucker. Heavily upstaged by You were like 9 months. All right. And then Groots is like 83, and you're like, my goodness. That's okay. You see, 9 months important because that means our Twitch baby
Good
now is
stuff,
born.
Terry.
What's the name of our
And
Twitch baby?
That's it for the pre-show. Gamescom Opening Night Live 2024 is now officially just seconds away.
What's
Thank
up,
you
Dragon?
for hanging out with me here and Mucho
It's
too.
Domji. That
Hope
makes
you
all
enjoyed.
the
Thanks
sense.
for watching.
Domji. 18 plus disclaimer. Here all month. Way to good. Try to veal. Domji. Our sweet little bean. We will train them to become the best assassin the world has ever known.
Jeff Keighley.
I've been hanging in there, man. How you doing, Dragon? Someone chop that butt up. Get him, Grooge. Katow. Thank you, Lamplight. Ooh, Lamplight did the cut. Ooh.
Guten Abend, Gamescom!
I did see that.
And hello to
it was a little rough, though.
Around the world. This is opening night live from beautiful Cologne, Germany. And we have our biggest live audience of
Germany?
fans ever.
At Cologne?
Here at Kolmesse, over 5,000 people together as a community to celebrate our love of games. And of course, millions of you watching online around the world, welcome. We have gathered for the grand kickoff to Gamescom, the world's biggest in-person video game event, and this is our 6th opening night live. Now tonight, for the first time, we have a live sign language stream of ONL to make the show even more accessible. Thank you to Kaborski, who's signing the show right now. Thank you, Kaborski.
Thank you, Kaborski.
Now, while the game industry certainly has faced challenges this year, I know that ONL will get you excited about what's to come later this year and in 2025 and beyond. Now, over the next 2 hours,
doesn't
you're
he?
see world premieres from studios big and small, including, yes, some new game announcements you're not expecting, and some surprises, so get ready. From Monster Hunter to Indiana Jones, Dune to Civilization, Call of Duty to Marvel Rivals, the most anticipated games will be on stage tonight because they wanted to be here with you guys at Gamescom, and I am so honored and grateful to have the opportunity to present these games to you.
The games wanted to be there?
Since Sie bereit for the world premiere? I tried it.
Way to go,
here's
Zap
our
Brannigan.
First world premiere, a brand new game
Fetch
announcement.
me
This
my
one
musket.
hasn't leaked, and it's exclusive right here at ONL.
We must hunt down the games. Not actual gameplay. 2K games. What do we got here? Oh, Gearbox. Bloodborne. It's Bloodborne. My stage is too small. Death Stranding 2? No. It's probably Earth Defense Sailor Moon. Border Pants. Oh. Somebody hit the edge of reality. That symbol was familiar. I don't know why. I feel like I should know what this is. Bionicles. Oh, it's Talos Principle Theory. Hey, it is a new Borderlands. There it is. Meh. Meh.
There
45
you go.
PS5.
Right,
What's
that's
up,
right.
guns?
Borderlands 4 is coming in 2025. Next up, October 25th marks the release of Call of Duty Black Ops 6 to debut an extended look at the campaign.
Yeah.
Please welcome John Zuck and Catherine Anderson from Raven Software.
Zuck, like the Berg. So it's better than 3. I never got through 3. I only played 3, like the beginning. I got to the first boss.
Black Ops returns with an epic story and signature blockbuster action where players question everything and trust no one. It features an all-new campaign with 16 new multiplayer maps with the return of classic prestige and theater mode and 2 brand new zombies experiences on day 1. You'll see live MP, zombies, and Warzone gameplay at the Call of Duty Next event on August 28th. And starting on August 30th, you'll be able to join the MP open beta to try out the brand new Omni movement system for yourself. But today, we're here representing the Raven team,
We're here.
who's leading the campaign in partnership with Treyarch.
The Black Ops 6 campaign is set in the early
I knew.
a time of global turmoil and uncertainty as the Cold War comes to an end. You're joined by legendary characters Frank Woods, the grizzled vet, and Russell Adler, the ultimate wild card. Together, with new allies Troy Marshall and Jane Harrow, and unbound by normal rules of engagement, you'll unravel a mind-bending conspiracy. In the mission we're about to show you, our rogue team has targeted a senator attending a political fundraiser.
That'd be fun.
In order to gain access to a top-secret black site underneath Washington, D.C.
This is Most Wanted.
So we're gonna show up to this fundraiser, get what we need from the senator, then grab Adler from the black site before anyone knows what's happened. Camera actually works.
Sometimes I surprise even myself.
Cool.
Let's just hope Sev and Case can get the retinal scan.
Senator's on stage now. Use your camera to get a better look. The senator isn't giving interviews tonight, and he doesn't go.
Is that Bill Clinton?
The security detail. I've marked a few leads that could help get you close enough to do the retinal scan. Take your pick.
I got it on good authority that the senator stole some sensitive
Ooh,
information
puzzle box.
from the people I work for.
Who the hell are you?
Blackmailing a senator with
Orthodox
sex
rabbi.
Can't beat the classes.
I've cleaned up another of your messes.
Lee Grisham, head of security for Aldrin Energy.
Grisham might be our way to McKenna.
Oh! Aha! Tomatoes fell on him.
I modified the infrared image to highlight the capillaries in the senator's retina. It should have just enough resolution.
Cute. There he is.
Please help. They took me during shift change. Knew our schedule somehow.
My goodness, that still isn't home yet. Is that the rad one? Hello, hi, how are you?
We can do this loud or quiet.
Subscribe for 4 months in advance? What does that mean? You just do 4 months at once? Stop upstaging you. This is giving a heart. Thank you so much for the 4 months of Subarino. A rad fun. I appreciate it. Hello. How has life been? I hope you're doing great.
Woods got my message. The old man says you're worth it. You better be right. Sev, we got the prize.
Good. Now get out. Fast.
Just give me the prize.
Great. You good to go?
Doing good? Heck yes.
Am now.
You still don't have your channel badge? You should. Are you? Whoop, you see, look, they're doing all the omnidirectional jumping. Where you plan on heading? Can't release too much details? Legit. If you're heading up, when you kind of know more, let me know. Maybe I can go meet you wherever you are. If that's all right, if you don't mind me imposing.
Nice work. These Pantheon guys literally set the big guns after you.
But
How's that feel?
yeah, you know what I mean. Like if you're not gonna be close to the city or anything like that or whatever, I will fly.
I'll give you a boost.
I will fly to you.
You first, Adler.
Yoink.
Come on, Case.
Yeah. Okay, BB. Yeah, let me know. NDA? Nah, it's just details aren't ironed out yet. And I don't know. Maybe some other people don't know yet. Know what I mean?
Here.
Those things seem like fun, but they look pretty uncomfortable to hold.
Almost home free.
Was there always quick time events in these games? Okay, good.
Man, you're heavier than you look.
Thanks. Hope you have a plan B.
Same as planned.
This shit wouldn't even move my fat head.
We'll just take the scenic route. Let's get moving.
You don't even need to use your hands. Yeah, I know, right? I'm using my brain. Ooh. Look, this actually looks like a lot of fun. And kind of a lot cooler thing. Like, they're going a little James Bond even or whatever. So what we're watching Gamescom right now. It's a live event, and this is like a demo for the new Call of Duty Black Ops 6. Got that Elon Musk chip, yeah.
We're ready for X-Field. What's the play?
I got the chip installed so I didn't have to move my arms anymore. They're always good? I don't know. I played a couple of them and they kind of sucked. They just didn't really vibe with me all that much.
Just like that, huh?
COD, huh? Yep. Maybe it's because this is like based in the 80s. Maybe they're hitting like my old man nostalgia bone, you know what I mean?
No, but I don't see any better options and I'm running out of bullets.
The day we use our brain to move games, the day I never beat a game again. Wahoo! Sleep time. Kaboom! Punch him in the dick. Honku,
there you go,
honku.
Black Ops 6, more coming at Call of Duty next.
Stormtrooper
And
aim,
now I'm honored
for
to
sure.
introduce my co-host for Opening Night Live. You know her from her
Hideo
years hosting
Kojima.
League
Oh.
of Legends esports around the world. Did you know that she got her start as a competitive Unreal Tournament player? That's right. Please join me in welcoming to ONL, Shocks.
And hello, Gamescom. Thank you for the warm welcome. Unreal Tournament, that is quite the throwback, but I am so excited to be here tonight revealing many of the games on Opening Night Live and highlighting events happening during this Gamescom week in Cologne.
Hello, Zyla
Gamescom
baby.
really is the best week for games worldwide every year, and I am
I've never
so
heard of them
stoked
either.
to be back here with you all celebrating it. Now, it is my pleasure to share a message from Gamescom to you, our gaming community.
Dear future me, I hope you are happy.
Don't break your tailbone.
I hope you visit wonderful places, that you have friends from places far away, and that you always have the best adventures, that you fight for the things you love, and that you love the things you do. Dear future me, my favorite thing in the world is to play. Do you like to play too?
Yes, the future is here and we are ready to play. Let's take a look at this fun trailer.
Batman! Nope, never mind. What is James Bond doing in PS1 land? Is that supposed to be Arthas?
Hey, you. You're finally awake. You were trying to cross the border.
Hey, you're finally awake. What's happening again? Help! Oh, the glitch. Rain. that Mark Wahlberg? Oh yeah, I saw that, yeah. Why'd they let PS1 be all the guards? Oh my god, this is a reference to, what was it called? The Bull? Oh my god. Nobody knows this reference anymore. Well, okay. Red Dragon, thank you. Yeah, alright, Groods knows it because he's old. Ah, Goat Simulator 4, huh? Glorious. It's just remastered. Are you fucking kidding me? All that for the remastered Goat Sim? That's it?
In my opinion, that looked like the GOAT of all remasters.
They paid you to say that, didn't they?
Okay. Well, we are expecting hundreds of thousands
no
of
one's
fans
happy.
at Gamescom this year in person. But if you cannot be here with us,
I
don't
guess,
worry.
yeah.
You can join us virtually by going to Gamescom Global.
Hear the silence. Yeah, what's up,
where you
Yaml?
can explore and discover what the world's gaming industry has in store for you. And our very own Gamescom studio is here with all-day coverage of the event. So tune in to Gamescom Studios broadcast by IGN on Twitch
Did she
or
just say
on
fucking
YouTube.
tune in?
Now, we have some news on Persona 3 Reload and its next
cool.
DLC episode, Aegis, The Answer, coming on September 10th. It's time to reveal a surprising boss fight coming to the game.
No, don't show me this shit. Fuck you.
Tomorrow and all the days after it will be March 31st.
I need to get a drink. Anyway.
It's like Tartarus.
I'll be right back.
There is a strong connection between all of you and what's happening. Let's just open it. Then we'll know. Something's wrong.
Ravage them!
You'll never see it coming.
Why is it after us? Persona!
Here it comes.
Fucking jamming.
Full Joker fun there. All right. Next up, we have another new game announcement for you right here, exclusively at Gamescom Opening Night Live.
It's also should be on Game Pass because they're all in Game Pass or some shit, aren't they?
The tracks lead this way.
What's up?
It's close.
If you Game Pass, give your mom Game Pass.
Stay here. Stand guard. On me. Bloody hell.
Be interesting if it was. 2 years ago, huh? Time to put the phone in the blender. Will it blend? Phone equal new Facebook. Dude, and it's using AI or some shit too. Like, it took a picture of the dog that I took like a year ago, and it was like, make a pets photo thing or whatever. It showed me a picture of the dog, and I'm like, quit identifying shit.
If you push too much, you might unleash the beast.
Years of Snore. Ooh. Living Light? But I can blend my phone. Man, we had so much fun playing the first Dying Light. The Beast. Please wishlist me, Daddy!
There you go. Kyle Crane is back in a new zombie adventure set in the Dying Light world with 20 hours of gameplay, a new open world region.
I'm in the Dying Light world.
Dying Light, the Beast. Next, today marks the launch for the most wish-listed game right now on Steam, and also, last I checked, the biggest single-player game ever on Steam with over 2 million concurrent players today, Black Myth Wukong from Game Science in China, which is also out on the PlayStation 5. And right now, we've got the reveal of the launch trailer for you.
I don't want to see this. Oh, hi, Grandma. So they were talking about how, like, this ain't quite a Souls-like. And it's kind of more of like a boss rush. Hee monkey! Perdini's loves monkeys. He's like, also a furry game. This is not a furry game. Wukong is not a furry. Prod's still traumatized by the monkey boobs. I mean, Prod's probably yes. I'm not looking. So there's a couple things. Monkey that's anthropomorphic. Yeah, it doesn't exactly mean that they're furry. Does he have big cartoon eyes and a giant dick? I think not. But this is Wukong and he can transform and stuff like that. I bet he could have a giant dick and big cartoony eyes if he wanted to, though. He's like, yes, he does. Woke Kong. Oh. Sparking Zero. It's Nodio. His power pole. Extend. Yup. The highly anticipated Dragon Ball game. Goody.
Welcome back to Gamescom Opening Night Live here in beautiful Wargok.
Who's ready to roll? Live from the Construct Coliseum, it's time for everyone's favorite game, King of Meat! We joined recently kidnapped celebrity guest contender Jeff Keighley at the starting line.
Wait, starting line?
And that battle cry proves how committed Jeff is to any project. Let's check the Soch with our sideline reporter.
The Soch?
Is throwing everything at these contenders, but the JK machine
I love Bomb Lady.
to the finish line, and the chat is blowing.
What is all this? Death traps, unapproved nicknames, and a giant horse trying to hoof me?
An eloquent and marketing-friendly description of the game. Not to mention a perfectly timed transition to the world premiere.
Yeah, they gotta get
King of Meat.
just for Gen Z, huh?
Ready for action? Ready for mayhem? Ready for gold and fame?
It is insane in the membrane.
Challenges from the most twisted minds of the most ghoulish dungeon creators are transformed into monstrous reality. It's like a nightmare in dungeon form.
Going insane. Insane in the bird. I like that Bulls jersey.
Still got it, Keely. Still got it.
Welcome back to Opening Night Live for real this time, and that was the announcement of King of Meat, an online co-op spectacle for 1 to 4 players from Glowmade in Guilford, England, and Amazon Games for console and PC, and you can sign up at kingofmeat.com for future playtests. Now, one of the things I absolutely love about making these shows is that we get to introduce you to brand new games and teams like this one. To reveal their first game from their new studio, FuzzyBot, please welcome Tatania Dislova and Max Spielberg.
Does he have braces? That's kind of what I was thinking, Lampy. Like, especially of that one newer one. It was on PlayStation Plus.
Welcome to O&L. I'm very excited to share this game with the world. Can you tell us a little bit about your studio, first of all?
Yeah, well, first off, it's totally surreal to be here right now. We started the studio back in 2020, and the majority of us had come from the AAA side of the industry. And at the time, we were just thrilled to have our own game, our own IP, and we could never expect being on this stage tonight at the end of that run.
The vision for our studio started with the idea of dreaming big and building smart. The concept for our first game, even early on, felt very unique and full of heart, and this helped us bring together a very passionate team of talented developers. It's through their skill, dedication, and true love for the game that we're able to be here tonight, going way beyond where we thought we'd be.
Well, I got to play this a few months ago with you guys. I had a ton of fun. Tell us a bit about your game, Linked.
Yeah, so our debut game is called Linked, Banner of the Spark. It's a co-op action hack and slash with a bit of roguelite and town building elements. And so we blended these ideas together to create this cozy yet highly kinetic action game for players to brawl, build, and befriend a crew of adorable robots.
This guy's a very good reader.
It's the year 3000, and you're going to take on the role as one of the last remaining humans on planet Earth. Allying with a friendly bot faction, you're going to aim to take down the combat army hell-bent on organic destruction. Players
Poor
can
guy's
play
a little
alone
anxious.
or with friends in this vibrant world of robots.
We give him head pats.
Or a simpler way that I like to describe it sometimes is you go out and fight the evil robots, and then collect their body parts to build a sustainable town of your dreams while saving the cute ones. We are incredibly proud
Why
to
can't I
finally
save
reveal
the ugly ones?
delightful world of Linked Banner of the Spark, and we hope the players get as much joy out of playing it as we have building it.
Well, we're very excited to show it to the world for the first time. Let's take a look at the world premiere reveal trailer.
World premiere. All right, he's got to buy. Wear the boxing gloves, because I'm really in for that. I'm you from the future. There's no time to explain. Where's your burrito? Nice of ChatGPT to make a game like that. Oh, we fished a robot fish. Look, I'm in for all the robotness. I really love robots.
Well, I think we can all agree on this fact. Fishing makes every video game better. Now, one of the things that I love about Gamescom is that it is a safe place for our diverse gaming family. And there is an amazing platform called Gamescom Cares that shares social and environmental responsibility projects that we care deeply about. Thanks to all of our partners who help to make this happen. You can learn more by scanning the QR code below. And now, the first look at the gameplay of Lost Records, Bloom and Rage, a narrative adventure from the creative minds behind Life is Strange.
There was fishing in the first Nier, yeah. Also in Nier Automata, but in the first Nier, it was quite a hot mess, and they don't explain some stuff clearly enough. That's very annoying.
Honestly, Swan,
Yeah, this
I'm
game's
glad,
cute.
but slightly surprised that you showed up tonight.
When I saw your text, all these memories came flooding back.
Hey, she actually showed. Welcome!
I remembered Nora, her energy.
Shit! Where's my fucking pick? The dark one's her favorite.
This one them telltales.
You.
Nice one, Autumn.
You were the coolest.
Skateboarder's wisdom. Never land on your wrist.
I want to see you skateboard, Autumn. I remembered Kat.
Whoa, watch out!
She was like a firecracker.
Best game ever. I'm really confused as to why you love games like this so much when you hate humans.
How about bloom and rage?
How could I forget?
Whoa.
Guys.
Oh shit, man, we about to Stranger Things some shit up
Last
in this
week,
bitch.
My mom found a package on her doorstep. Wait. Are Bloom and Rage?
When the Fire Nation attacked.
Are we in trouble?
That does seem pretty cool.
You'll excuse me if today's sermon is a little different, but today is not a normal Sunday. I wanted to tell you all, we failed in our duty to God. We were told about all of this. And these here are the last days of this earth. I know this is
Left 6 dead.
the other place. It's full.
Nah, it's probably stated. Oh. Wait, what? Ugh. Meh.
That game looks great.
Meh.
It's a new look at the 8-player co-op of No More Room in Hell 2 from Torn Banner up in Canada, where there are deadly consequences of not sticking close to your teammates, and I cannot wait to check that one out. All right, our next
Look at all that
game,
security,
it's been
bruh.
a long time coming for this next one. At the Game Awards in 2021, Embark Studios revealed Arc Raiders, a game that immediately
Meh.
struck a chord with players around the globe. A stunning future Earth where menacing Arc machines threaten humanity's attempts to rebuild. Well, Arc Raiders has evolved a lot since then, and now it's finally time for some news on what's next for this exciting action survival shooter.
Where do we go from here?
You going crazy? Oh yeah, you can't really scratch it too much. Scratch around it.
Told us nothing
And
of
also,
this place.
like, do little smacks.
Look at us now. Raiders. Playing with fire. Everything to lose. But even more to gain.
Deathloop 2? Meh. Actually, I don't know. It looks kind of cool. Infinity Nikki. Okay, that makes sense. Has any other Infinity Nikki game, because I believe Infinity Nikki is like a franchise. I've heard of this game, if I'm correct, from like a billion years ago, give or take. Have any of them ever shown up in the West? Articuno, catch it! Lugia. Yeah, it used to be called Shining Nikki, I believe. Was that the old one? Yeah, that one came out on the 21st. Trailer for this? Nice. I've been hearing that the regular game kind of... Bird. Predecessor. Oh. He's stepping too close to that tower. It's very smitey. The third-person MOBA. Smite, but not Greek gods or whatever.
What you saw right
also,
there was
why they ain't never put Jesus Christ in Smite?
Team from the ashes of Epic Games' Paragon, if you remember that one. It enters.
I kick ass for the Lord.
Tonight. Next up, Path of Exile 2 from Grinding Gear Games. It is nearing release, and tonight, yes, we do.
God, how come we can't have God in there then?
Date. Check this out.
I want God to come up and jack some motherfuckers.
My son, are you clear of mind and stout of heart?
Easily offended.
I am.
I want God to show up fucking Dukes of Flailing.
Are you ready to sacrifice? Sacrifice everything.
Like
to
King's
become
Avatar
the
anime.
savior.
I will.
I want God to have a finishing move of unmake where he just like snaps and then they just disappear.
Build it anew.
I must.
Ah, the crucifying would be so cool. And then he says some sort of cool tagline or something like that or whatever, and be like, die for your own sins, bitch, and you know, that'd be cool or something. I mean, I'm sure somebody could come up with something like way better, but you know what I mean, though, right?
Are you ready to fulfill your destiny?
Everybody's always doing all this exile stuff. How come nobody ever wants to do a path of acceptance? Path of inclusion. I want it to just be a road where people come over to my house and then we eat peanut butter and jelly sandwiches or something. Yeah, Path of My Mother. Why not?
Well, that looks absolutely great. Can't wait for that one. And
Oath of Exile? Or you mean Path of
Gamescom
Exile?
Is known for the cosplay.
It's
the
not
vision
exactly
and
an MMO.
dedication cosplayers
What's
put into
inclusion?
their
Well, you
craft
want to like
is
come
an
over and
inspiration
eat
to
peanut
us
butter jelly
all.
sandwiches,
And
don't
to
you?
see these amazing cosplayers.
Because that would be me including you
Cosplay Awards on
over to my
Saturday,
house, eat
August
peanut butter
24th at
jelly
5
sandwiches.
p.m. And if you're into indie games, who isn't?
I am.
You can watch the best indies of Gamescom in our Gamescom Awesome Indie Show tomorrow at 8 p.m. on Twitch and YouTube. Enjoy exclusive announcements and interviews, all packed into an exciting one-hour show hosted by Shay Thompson. Plus, the Gamescom
can you make
event
lamplight
arena,
a
that
peanut
is
butter
where
jelly
I am
sandwich right
standing
quick?
right now, and all of you are. It is the biggest and
Thank
most
you.
elaborate stage at Gamescom, featuring not only opening night live, but additional live shows featuring creators, gaming events, and esports competitions that you can watch
That's what
either
they all
in
say.
person
Use your
or
nubs.
by tuning in online.
Why she keep
Now,
saying
up
tune?
next is a first look at the gameplay of June Awakening.
I kind of don't want to see this, but I want to see this.
MMO. And
I'll
news
go having the
on
peanut butter,
when
you
it's
might
going
choke.
to be released.
That's okay. It's okay if Lampy chokes. But we'll just give Lampy extra milk. That custard fruited peanut butter, you know what I mean?
The slow blade penetrates the shield. Mood is for cattle and love plague.
You begin as a nameless prisoner. Sculpt your appearance, choose your background, and then crash into the planet. You are abandoned.
Nobody else gonna land safely? You're gonna tell me every single other person I'm gonna meet in here is gonna crash into the planet like a fucking idiot.
Scorched by the unforgiving sun, ravaged by sunstroke. Stick to the shade, chase the moving shadows.
Okay, like,
survive.
but hear me out. Your steps are awfully even, and that sandworm's gonna come in and fuck you.
Meet hundreds of other players in the vast online world.
Like, that guy look like Markiplier?
Or betray
Shoot him!
those you meet.
Take that
Form
shit!
a wary alliance. In this case, a spit dart rifle and a still suit.
Build a house on
Your help
Tatooine!
Taking down territorial deserters. Working with others will always increase your chance of staying alive. The deserter base.
Duniplier.
Climb to a vantage point and prepare for violence. Your choice of weapons and abilities determines your strategy.
We could ride the same
Swordmasters lead the
tersicle.
charge into battle, literally. Repel ranged attacks with a shield, and then take them out, one by one. Deploy the Hunter Seeker and kill from the shadows.
No way. That don't look like a Hunter Seeker.
What you can from the fall.
Hunter Seeker looks
On
like a
Arrakis,
clear glass dildo
nothing of value
with a
is
needle at the tip.
Mine, harvest, and gather with your group to build bases and unlock more advanced equipment.
The combat looked like
blood
Mass
purifier.
Effect.
Refine the blood you collected
He's
from
kicked his
enemies
spine from the
to
other
extract
side.
drinkable water. Craft improved equipment using fabricators. Replicate your bases in new locations with the blueprint system.
We still gonna play
and
it
then
though.
sell blueprints of your architectural wonders to other players. Lead your group to become a guild. On Arrakis, a nameless prisoner
Clan
can
cliche.
rise, construct an ornithopter, and take to the air. The world is yours to claim.
This is Duneman Kifilari reminding you to vary your route. Return under the full spy slot. My crew found a shortcut would become
The in-game radio provides
Look,
insight
I
into
need
key
them-
events happening across Arrakis.
I need them to go a bit
Map
further
the
back
deserts.
and take a lot more shit from
Discover landmarks,
the David Lynch
wreck
version.
ships, and desert testing stations.
Are there weirding modules?
Filled with forgotten technology.
Can I make my name a killing word? Probably
Arrakis
not.
is a vast planet. You can explore unique locations, uncover valuable resources,
That looks like a lot of fun
search
though.
for secrets amongst the shifting dunes, and then return to civilization triumphant with what you found. Harko Village throngs with people, spice traders, guild bankers, smugglers, house envoys, and of course, other players. Here, you will pledge allegiance to one of the great houses of June, the Harkonnen. But remember, to play politics, you need power. And on Arrakis, spice is power. In the deep desert, beyond the shield wall, hundreds of players scour the landscape, hunting for spice. Every spice blow has the potential to become a heated battle, with multiple guilds vying for the precious melange. Even when it looks like defeat is inevitable.
Oh, they're calling a worm.
Desert power can awaken Arrakis itself.
Worm causes FPS issues. I would like to be a Fremen, please. Where in here can I be a Fremen?
Well, you can't have a June game without the Sandworms, and the Sandworm summoning begins when June Awakening drops on PC early 2025.
June Awakening?
The wait is not that long. And now, here is a reveal of a new game from Tarsier Studios, the creators of Little Nightmares 1 and 2.
Here we go, baby. I've been waiting for this.
Nothing lasts forever.
Dredge 2. Zyla. I did not like whatever that was.
I thought you were dead.
Yeah, see, it's not Little Nightmares 3. That's why it was a big deal. It's Little Nightmares 2.5 or some shit. It's Little Nightmares Gaiden.
That was Reanimal, the next big entry in the cozy game genre. Now, would you like to discover the secret contents of Gamescom? And
I love the very
rewards?
subtle sparklies on her dress.
Epi, the robot on our website RPG Gamescom Epics. Prove your nerd know-how.
That is enough for me, fam. No.
Prizes, gather trading cards, digital trading cards, and jump from level to level until the final boss spawns. Scan the QR code below and the adventure can
Yeah,
begin.
that's just how regular goats are.
Now in its fourth
It's
year
normal.
as an evolving open-world adventure, today Genshin Impact is unveiling more about the 6th Nation of Natlan, which will be released on August 28th. And we also have some news about when the game will be coming to Xbox.
No, look here. Lampy sent this to me, Zyla, for you to take a look at that. So. Oh shit, it's a Rathalos. Just kidding, it's a Charmander. Are you scared of ghosts, Zyla? Does it sound like Sailor Moon a bit? Genshin Moon. That's very red and tunnely. I bet Kojima about to come out.
There you go, Genshin Impact, and also coming to Xbox later this year, as we saw. All
right, I'm scared of Undead Silent Hill.
The wilds of Monster Hunter, which is playable for fans for the first time here at Gamescom. Capcom has an incredible booth. But now, to tell us more and show us more, please welcome to the Gamescom O&L stage, Ryozo Tujimoto from Capcom. Ryozo-san.
Hey! Yeah, finally people excited. Monster Hunter, wild it all up in this bitch.
はい、ドイツの皆様、配信をご覧の皆さん、こんにちは。今日は、モンスターハンターワイルズの最新の映像を持ってきました。まずは、この、時間を作っていただきましたジェフさん、本当にありがとうございます。
Hello to all of my friends in Germany and to the millions watching around the globe. I'm really thankful that Jeff has invited me to the opening night live stage so I can share a new Monster Hunter Wilds trailer with everyone.
今日のですね、今回ですね、ゲームズコンでは、初のプレイヤブル出展も行っています。今後ですね、世界の、いろんなさまざまな地域で、このようなプレイヤブルの出展も、考えていますので、そちらも期待していただけたらと思います。それでは最新の映像をご覧ください。
Before we debut the trailer, I just want to express how excited I am to kick off our season of Monster Hunter Wilds hands-on demos starting at Gamescom. Now, let's take a look at the latest trailer.
My word. Is this a Lollabarina floret?
Speak Monster Hunter.
We must be near its nest.
Oh, hey, look, this for you, Groudon. Look how pretty it is. It's like a spider moth. Classic dual blades action. A scary rose monster. It's a pretty spider.
Once your business here is concluded, you should find shelter. The sands come alive this time of year, like a wild beast bristling with lightning.
From the look of it, that must be this region's apex predator. Guild permission granted. Begin the hunt.
Understood.
Foul. Why didn't that asshole roll to the left? It was pretty obvious. Whoa, shit! It's got a thunder railgun skull. Time to get over my fighter bullshit again. Better have an arachnophobia mode? No. That ain't happening with Monster Hunter. I also have arachnophobia. Luckily, though, I think spiders are cute.
So tasty.
No. No. Boycotting. It's over. We not turn it to turny thingy? No. You've changed too much. I'm just kidding.
Lies at every turn.
Ew.
Treasure. Secret. Destiny. Everything lost.
Pupaka.
Is meant to be found.
Naraka's dumb. Nope. Stupid. Oh, hand it over. My Shiranui! What? They put a bra under it? What? The true queen of fighters.
Shiranui fire?
At least they said it correctly this time. Nice. Very, very good. Mmm, titties. Ooh.
Fatal Fury, City of the Wolves.
April, huh? A new Fatal Fury game? Holy shit. I'm excited. Anti-Sailor Moon outfit? Mecha break, eh?
Ready to strike.
Me. Cool.
That was a new look at
Am I right with it?
multiplayer mech game. Okay, next we have something exciting for fans of Monument
I do have it installed,
Valley,
though.
the beautiful twisted puzzle game that we all played about a decade ago.
I
It was
didn't.
first released in 2014. Well, tonight we are revealing Monument Valley 3
What, Daisy,
coming
what?
later this year from Us 2 in London and Netflix Games. I played this. It is an absolutely beautiful, stunning game, and we've got your first look right now.
Echo Chrome. It's all a matter of perspective. No way! Someone typed Mecha Break Game of the Year and they got timed out? Oh look, it's been on Coney. This is cute. I had a friend that was making a game like this. Similar. That's ridiculous. Too much brain power. Exclusively on Netflix Games. Bleh.
Monument Valley 3
We have the Golden Corral now.
exclusively on Netflix December 10th, 2024. Now, first released in 1991, Civilization is one of the gaming industry's biggest franchises.
You were 5?
Here
I
at Gamescom,
was...
we are revealing the
turning
gameplay
12.
of Civilization 7 for the first time. To tell us more,
Oh my
please
God, no
welcome
way,
Ed
Evie.
Beach from Firaxis Games.
Well, get that food, though.
Thank you, Shocks. Thank you, Gamescom. It's hard to believe that it's been almost 8 years since Firaxis released our last Civilization game. So we're
You're like, I am,
incredibly
yeah,
honored
fucking
to
get
be
it,
here
yeah.
tonight at Gamescom talking about Civilization 7. Civ 7. Civ 7 is by far
No,
the
6 had been out
biggest,
for
most
a while.
ambitious game Firaxis has ever made. Everything from its new
And then
gameplay
re-release?
features
Question mark?
to its gorgeous new art style is designed to immerse you in your own journey through history.
Yeah, it came out in
Please
2016.
join us after opening night live on the Firaxis Game Twitch channel for our official gameplay showcase, where we'll deep
You old
dive
dragon.
into what's new in Civ 7
I'm older.
and finally reveal our new in-game narrator. On behalf of the team at Firaxis Games who has worked so hard on this game, I'm so excited
I want Matt
to
Berry
finally give the world
to be the narrator.
its first look at Sid Meier's Civilization
I want
7.
Matt Berry to be the narrator and be like, look at this.
Enjoy.
A bunch of fools put a bunch of wood together and called it a weapon.
Civilization was a game that was created during a time when we were just discovering what games could be. And we said, let's put the entire history of the world into a game and make it fun.
Grew up playing moms in 2000. I also play with mothers. Yeah, I know. Good old days. Which MMOs was you doing in 2000, Yano? I was doing EverQuest. If DJ would play Civ, he would play that old ass stuff. Squares and dots and be like, look, Lampy, that's a super megatropolis of happiness. See that dot? It's a tree. All those dots is a forest. EQ1, yeah, legit, same. I was on Tunar. What server was you on? In 2011 was RuneScape. Oh wow. Poor man's EverQuest. Poor man's Ultima Online. Oh yes. Oh, you posted it in there? That's so funny. I actually turned a few of those into easy to upload things. I uploaded some shit to TikTok. It's been so long. Yeah, I was an enchanter. I was Amino, the tanking enchanter of doom. And then I opened up Amino's crazy crack house. It slowed down and reduced. Don't you fucking do it.
Ever since we first reached for the stars.
That alone is hilarious. Don't you fucking do it.
We've been asking
Stick! Oh look, it's Starfield.
And more importantly,
alright, go.
We drive on it.
If you had one, if I had one. Look, they finally added a motherfucking car. Finally, now I can play the game. Why did it take like a whole fucking year for them to put a car in the fucking game? I feel like a moon rover should have been in this game like less than day one. You know what I mean? Had to alt for modders to do. Oh yeah, they would wait for the modders to do the work. Better than Mass Effect car? I don't know. It could even. You wanna know what? I would have dealt with it. Not doing the oh shit. It's literally fucking lunar.
Unsafe levels.
So quietly in my head, I was like, tonight. They're just releasing it now. I was saying I'll play Starfield when they put cars in it. Because I played it in the beginning a little bit and that was cool. And I'm loving this horror shit going on here. I'm all right with this. Starfield is like a kind of a bad. I mean, it's a Bethesda game. Do you like Bethesda games in space? Because then there you go.
And a confirmation of the expansion
better get started then.
Is coming out on September 30th.
Skyrim, yeah,
now
really.
It's time for an exclusive update on Marvel Rivals, the upcoming hero shooter from NetEase Games and Marvel Games. Tonight at ONL, we're revealing 2 new heroes who are joining the game with a first look at their gameplay.
The first look at your mom. Need more Fallout? Fallout made by Larian would be the greatest fucking thing ever.
Wakanda found a new home.
Wakanda forever.
And a new hope. The source of vibranium. The foundation of an empire.
Boop, 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 boop. That was cool.
Snap out of it, Bucky.
Captain Space Erica.
No.
Isn't that when Doom takes over? Yes.
Not so fast.
Ooh.
Your battle's over.
I shot Thor 3 times and then he died. That sounds like Yuri. Stars and stripes. Stars and stripes. Stars and stripes. Stars and stripes.
I can do
I did see Star Wars Hunters. What you think about that? Yep. Hail Hydra.
Well, I'm sure everyone who played the beta wanted to know Marvel Rivals will launch on December 6th, 2024.
Oh no.
Gamescom always strives to help the environment, and the event runs on 100% renewable energy.
Looking for
climate-friendly, thanks to ongoing measures.
You want to get rid of something, so you just need to band-aid it over something else. That's like I'm quitting cocaine, so I'm gonna switch to meth.
Avoiding single-use material. And yes, fans are planting more and more trees in the Gamescom forest. The forest has been growing since 2020.
Why do you look like a Giga Chad?
All of your engagement. And all of you can still help, of course.
I'm pretty sure Giga Chad got his ideas
and
from
with that, it is time to reveal
Captain
the
America.
winner of the Gamescom Sustainability Award.
It's me.
This award celebrates an organization in the global game industry committed to sustainability and the environment. Presenting the award, please welcome back Lisa Pak with Playing for the Planet.
Did that turn on way too early?
Hi,
Okay.
And hello, Gamescom. Thank you for having me again.
Well, it is our absolute pleasure, Lisa. And in case some people don't know and need a quick refresher, Lisa represents Playing for the Planet, an alliance of gaming organizations committed to taking climate action under the official umbrella of the United Nations. So how are things, Lisa?
Things are going great, thank you. With 3.3 billion people around the world playing video games, we encourage everyone to make a difference wherever possible.
Absolutely, and 3.3 billion players is so much. So do you have any tips for our players on supporting this great initiative?
Yes, definitely. It's as easy as remembering to set up energy-saving modes to avoid unnecessary energy consumption, or switching to renewable energy electricity services at home to reduce your carbon footprint. Everything will make a difference.
Absolutely, every bit helps. Those are great tips, and I already utilize some of those myself, and I hope a lot more people will. But now, let's celebrate some of the amazing work already done by Gamescom.
Oh no.
Yes, that would be happy to do that. Anyone can set ambitious decarbonization targets, but delivering on that goal and turning it into emission reductions demands a clear and actionable plan, as well as collaboration. And this year's winner has proven that it's possible to deliver ambition with execution across the board. And this year's winner of the Gamescom Sustainability Award is Tencent Games. And here to accept the award is Brand Irvine, the Vice Chairman of Tencent Games.
She's really pretty. Yeah, I'm like, Tencent?
Thank you. First of all, let me say on behalf of Tencent Games how honored we are to
Did they buy this?
receive this award. You know, Tencent Games encompasses a lot of things, you know, everything from in-house studios like Timmy, global studios like Shark Mob, to our global publishing arm, Level Infinite. What they all share is a commitment to operating our business in a sustainable way. We are committed to carbon neutrality by 2030, and really want to thank all of our studios, all of our partners, but most of all of our players, whose support is essential to helping us drive our efforts to have positive change within the industry. Thanks again, and back to the games.
Congratulations, Tencent and Brent Irvin.
Maybe. But maybe that's also why they just like bought it off. I don't.
But that is not our only award. Everyone here and at home can vote for their favorite
What's
games
up, Riverbend? Welcome back.
in this year's Gamescom Awards. You can visit Gamescom now to help decide the winners. Voting will only be open until Thursday, August 22nd at 2 p.m. And the awards will then be celebrated this Friday at 2 p.m. at Gamescom Studio. Back to you, Jeff.
Thank you, Shocks. You're doing a great job tonight. All right. We got something really special for you. Please welcome Deadpool director, creator of Love, Death, and Robots, and the co-founder of Blur Studio, Tim Miller.
Hell yeah. What are you doing here? I love Love, Death, Robots.
Thank you, Jeff.
My intro picture, that's based off of
has been making cinematics
kind of that
for
vibe,
over 30 years
made by
now. That
Psychotech
means
for me.
Classics like Quake, Star Wars, Warhammer, Call of Duty, and dozens more. And we do this because
The guy looked like a college adult.
fucking love video games. And every time a trailer comes online, we see hundreds and hundreds of comments from the fans, like, why don't we see a movie like this? Or why can't we have a series like this? And we could not agree more, which is why we are so excited to share this series with you. 15 original episodes created in collaboration with Amazon Studios and the publishers and developers of some of the world's greatest games. I'm talking new titles, existing games, indies, and classics. So we've been working on this show for 3 years. I get a little upset, choked up, sorry.
He's
I cry
passionate.
a lot.
I cry a lot. I feel you, man. Me too. It's the studio, Blur Studios or whatever.
All right. We've been working on it for 3 years, and I'm very emotional because I'm so excited. And it's finally time. So please enjoy the world premiere teaser of Secret Level.
You can do it. You can do it. You can do it.
It is our love letter to games, and you can watch the series on Amazon Prime Video on December 10th. Not too far now. So enjoy. Thank you.
Oh, dim blue is very pretty. Those are actual Chaos Marines. Sifu.
Has waited for your arrival. It is you. You will open the door. Because you are the chosen. All those moments.
Lost in time. Like tears
Adventure.
in rain.
Just for you.
Bang Marine! Dude.
Come in. You have a game to play.
It might have been Mega Man. That was Pac-Man. I don't know why, but I'm okay with it.
Young hero. The gods have taken an interest.
That looks fucking awesome.
Try not to disappoint us.
This is Age of Mythologies, right? Age of Mythologies is the best Ages game, in my opinion. Yeah, I saw Kratos as well, yeah.
Power you wield. Or what creatures you unleash. We trust you will find a way to write your own legend.
It reminds you of that. It's called Lords of the Manor, not Manor Lords. I peek at that game every once in a while. A lot of people talking about it in very interesting ways. Is that the Age of Empire we do PvP in? Probably, yeah. Absolutely. I unfortunately was way too poor to own this game back in the day, but that came out in an age where pirating was a lot easier.
With Game Pass.
So, buddy of mine got that for me. Oh, he mixed it up? Okay, so it is that one, yeah.
Sanctuary we have left. Together, we can give our people the hope we need to survive.
In a world where you must fight to survive. Game Pass.
You're upset that it's not bad graphics. It's just a style.
The conflict between the Alsara Guard and Havoc threatens the balance of the world. The Alsara Guard is a tempest of disorder, sowing chaos wherever it roams. But we are honed to strike at their very core. Havoc has cutting-edge technology, but is built on exploitation and suffering. United, we will plunge into the chaos to find the spark of peace.
Is it?
We are GTI. No one gets left behind.
You're over 100 tickets. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christi.
Which we are announcing is coming to Steam Next Fest in October in advance of its early access release later this year. All right, let's head back to the Middle Ages for a new look at Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 with its authentic rendition of 15th century Bohemia as an action role-playing game.
I have concluded a very fragile truce with Sigismund, and if anyone should disrupt my plans with headstrong acts of violence, there will be consequences.
Why does that look so good?
Wage war, not parley.
He talks like me? What?
Everything all right, eh? We need more people. The best thing would be to recruit from your old comrades.
I heard great things about the first one.
They're not already swinging on the gallows somewhere.
The first one physically looked really rough around the edges, but this one all of a sudden the graphics are like really good. Are you gonna play Monkey Game? Yes. I have to get it working though. It's this is a weird little issue on my PC when I first tried to make it turn on. Ah, you see a little bop right in the helmet. Yeah, there's I just turned it on once. I got it right before this stream started. I didn't even know this stream was starting. And I had like a weird pop-up, and then I rebooted my PC to like see if that would do the trick.
I like that boy already.
And then after I restarted it, Steam advertised Gamescom, and I was like, oh shit, I'm late. So I haven't had a chance to get it running yet, but I've only tried to turn it on twice.
This week during Gamescom. Now, last month,
Mordor?
the ARPG Zenless Zone Zero was released from Hoyoverse, and now we've got the debut of a brand new area of New Eridu. Check it out.
Oil.
Swarm Leagues? Oh, is it going away? Big titties. This isn't the car gacha, no. This is this actually is a pretty legit game though. Zenless Zone Zero. That devil tail is cute. Dude, some of the fucking music that they have in this shit is so good. Uncle Henry's. She got a jetpack? I'm in.
The man who came had tan skin and wielded 2 swords, one black and one white.
Wow,
They slashed
so
directly
powerful.
at the general's head.
Almost equal to General Fei Xiao.
General Fei Xiao? I know her well.
You do? I know all her deeds on the battlefield by heart, such as when General Fei Xiao fought her way in and out of enemy ranks 7 times. With a single strike, she knocked down 100 enemies. 1,000. No, 10,000.
She could raise
You're
entire
exaggerating.
cities,
My
leaving
mom told me
nothing
about
but
this.
rubble.
This is what my online friends found at the scene.
The sword in her hand was
Look. In the form of a beast, rushing forward like lightning, General Fei Xiao shouted among the ruins.
Are you my master?
That's complete nonsense. Nonsense? I have even more impressive stories.
Little girl, do you know how to get to the seat of divine foresight?
Cute. What? What? Nani the fuck?
There's a fun little tease, and that was a new look at the space fantasy of Honkai Star Rail and Fei Xiao, a female general known for her prowess in martial arts. Okay, now we're heading to the Arkhamverse for Batman Arkham Shadow. It arrives later this year and is a completely new Arkham story exclusive to MetaQuest 3. I've played a demo of this, and I have to say the team, Camouflage, has done an incredible job bringing the world and combat into VR. And here is your first look at the actual gameplay, a gameplay trailer for Batman Arkham Shadow.
A baby.
This rat cult spreads through Gotham like a plague.
I miss you, Kevin Conroy.
Stop it. Even if it consumes me.
The corrupt system has failed you. Are you not angry? Fight back.
It's the freaking bat! We aren't afraid of you! The bat dies tonight!
Jim, this Rat King could be anywhere.
I did see the new Deadpool. It's great.
Soldier and his own fanatical mob. So how in the hell do we find him?
Targets are all city employees, civil servants, public officials.
You could have been more than a symbol. You could have been a god.
Look out!
If you don't calm down, someone's going to die.
Alfred, we tried it your way. Now we do it mine.
Something big's going down tonight. We repress our rage, our fears. It feeds the shadow deep inside us.
Yay, it's the puppy guy.
What's wrong with Gotham? I'm done holding back.
Gonna be weird.
The Rat King to you.
I am the bat. We're having too many cameos? Fucking idiots. Yeah, how indeed. I thought it was fantastic.
Well, that trailer was buzzing, and the whole city is buzzing during this week of games. And this weekend, the heart of our beloved gaming metropolis, Cologne, will transform into the vibrant Gamescom City Festival. There will be great music on 3 stages in the city center of Cologne on both days with another 100,000
I don't know, Grood.
Now, if you haven't been there yet, you should definitely go and check it out. That is what's happening in Cologne, and also
They were
people
most
from
of the
more than
movie. You're shocked, but yeah,
100
legit.
countries are here.
Him.
But
Give him a
Gamescom has
spit.
fans all
Snip.
over the world,
Snip,
and I
snip.
have good news. Gamescom is heading to
Thank you,
other
Groot.
continents. The first Gamescom LATAM took place in June and exceeded all of our expectations with over 100,000 fans immersed in the gaming universe. It was a fantastic show, and next year it's going to be even bigger. And Gamescom Asia returns this October. You can join in on the fun and the entertainment area to find out all about the games, the stage shows, cosplay, and much, much more. The ticket shop is already open, or you can also
Ya no
tune
es like
into our
Brazil.
online show Primetime on
Please?
October 17th. Now, who is ready for another world premiere? Announced last year at ONL, here is a new look at Little Nightmares 3.
Hey! Lampy Little Nightmare 3! Weird, it looks just like that animal game we saw. Oh, you fail.
Oh, we're going to serve me a little bit of this meat.
Far. Near. And the publishers of Firewatch, a game that Groudon bought for me a billion years ago and I still never played. Maybe I should knock that out soon.
Mow. Wow, 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 wow.
At least I still remember Groots. Huh? Yak song, yak song. Not very long, sing again. Took a 7-page book and made it into a game. All I see is someone pushing stuff. Push. Yak song.
Guys like that one? That's a beautiful game. Hurdling from Panic and Okamotive, and I'm so glad we could share that with you.
Jokemotive.
At Gamescom, we have a special guest joining us next. I grew up playing his games, and many of you did too. Titles like Populous, Dungeon Keeper, Magic Carpet, Theme Park, Black and White, and Fable. And tonight, he's here to reveal his brand new
It's not
game,
Peter Molyneux.
which he's secretly been working on for the
If you
past
fucking
3
say Peter
years.
Molyneux, I'm gonna lose my
Please
mind.
join me, Gamescom, in welcoming to ONL, Peter Molyneux.
Are you kidding? What the fuck is he doing here? No! You should be out of gaming. You should be done. I thought you was dead. What is this bullshit?
He's back.
What an incredible honor it is to be here on the stage with Jeff.
Get off!
Yes, Peter.
We are done with you,
This
you
is so fun.
pathologically
So a couple
lying
months
piece
ago,
of
you and I
shit.
had lunch in London. I was like, what are you working on? You're like, well, I've actually been working on a game for a number of years. You've kept very quiet about it.
Yep.
You really wanted to let the game speak for itself. But tell us about Masters of Albion.
Right, so after messing around on mobile, what the hell was I doing? I thought to myself, I need to come home. I need to come home to PC and console. So I've looked at Dungeon Keeper, I've taken some things that I've wanted to explore further with Dungeon Keeper. I've done the same with Black and White. I've taken things from Black and White. I've done the same with Fable, and this is what I'm showing tonight.
And to your credit, you've self-funded this project.
Yes, I'll tell you anything that you want to hear about this game. It won't be anything like that.
I mean, I think my first realization
Black and White was
I
great
needed to bring
and
the
really
old
original.
team back
Yes.
together again. So I'm working with people like Mark Healy.
But do you know what this guy has fucking done? That's like one of the only good things he's done. Good enough.
Black and White, Dungeon Keeper, and Fable. Anyway, let's have
Worse than No Man's Sky.
All right, here's the world premiere, Masters of Albion.
He's the
from Peter
reason why the
Molyneux.
first Fable game was a fucking nightmare. Why it crashed. He's the reason why I didn't play it.
We're a team of 20 people dedicated to making something new, unique, and different.
Oh, I bet it is. He lied about Milo? You guys probably don't even know about Milo. I need to give y'all my fucking history lesson.
Stories, quests, treasures, and monsters.
No, not the League character. You don't look. This dude is one of the biggest piece of shit liars in video gaming history. Period.
Tasked with building the town up, gaining resources, and earning money. By night, your town will be attacked by many of Albion's creatures. You can design anything. The food that people eat, the clothes they wear, the weapons they use, the armor they fight with.
We played all the others, but not the first one.
Strategy behind every creation. I can even feed them rats. My town's working hard to make that food.
There's that fucking cursor. Look, I'm okay if he just wants to make another Black and White, right? Which it seems like is happening here. And we live in an age of technology where Black and White work a little bit better.
And create all buildings.
Oh, you just noticed you ain't never seen it before? Yeah, what's up, brother? I also got the Mark of Sacrifice from Berserk.
Night is coming, the sun is going down, and now my town needs defending against the horrors of Albion. And this is my hero's time to shine. You don't have to play in God mode.
Looks like a mobile game. He was like, what am I doing on mobile games? I've got to do PC. So I made a mobile game you can play on PC.
To fight.
Look, my hate is warranted, but if he actually makes something good, then kind of maybe. Ooh.
Okay, we survived the night. Now, let's design a better weapon for my hero. You can be as silly as you want, but bread swords just won't cut it.
Look.
This is just a glimpse of Masters of Albion. An open world god game full of combat, choices, mystery, and story. It's available to wishlist on Steam now.
I hope that when every single person in the media is interviewing him about shit, every single one says, "You're not fucking lying, are you?" Because that was how it was with him. He just never stopped lying. Did we win yet? Make sure it wasn't. I know, right? What the fuck? I've never seen the movie or the series. That bad of me. Maybe I'll remedy that today. Here we go. Concept. It looks okay. Gameplay looks chunky as fuck. Yeah. You wanna know what? In the gameplay can kind of look chunky as fuck, so long as it is fun and it is honest. He is honest, right? Look, y'all remember to connect the S-Box Connect, right? We're talking about Peter Molyneux. He was just on stage. Do you know who? Oh, that's the second reference that we've seen so far to that. Dude, Peter Molyneux was just on stage. That last game that was there, No Man's Sky. No.
I've been here before.
That was somebody else that made some pretty similar mistakes. Some very similar mistakes. But I mean, it's not really super far off in the fact that he promised, you know, the No Man's Sky promised a shitload of stuff, and then when it initially released, it was not delivered. However, At least though now,
It is time.
it had been continued to be worked on, and now No Man's Sky is fantastic. It's brilliant. It's really great. This looks good. We saw a thing about this before, and I thought it looked pretty fucking cool. But Peter Molyneux, like, though, he would fucking do it on purpose. He would pathologically lie about anything involving whatever game he and his team was working on. So he's responsible for the Fable games. The first Fable game, he was like, you're going to be able to do all this stuff. And they were like, oh, that's cool. And he's like, yeah, there's not going to be any invisible walls. And everybody in the world was like, we're not sure how you can do that in a video game like this, but that sounds amazing. We can't wait to see it. And there's not going to be this, and there's going to be this. You're going to be able to do this and this and whatever. And he just literally was lying so much. He was lying so much that, like, the marketing team was like, hey, man, are you okay? You know what you said on TV, right? In front of everybody. And he's like, yeah, just make it happen. And they're like, no, I don't think that you understand the, you know, technical limitations. Like, literally impossible. Thought it had been Fable. I just came into the end when he said Albion. Yeah, it's not Fable, it's Albion. Essentially, it's kind of like Black and White. He's the one that made Black and White as well, which is probably one of his more successful ones. One of his more fun games, too, at least conceptually. But it was an unoptimized piece of shit, though, Black and White. And what he promised that the animals would be able to do, absolutely did not do, right? He still made a shitload of promises of that game that they absolutely could not keep, whatever. Does Minecraft have invisible walls? But Minecraft is, like a circular type thing or whatever. But also Minecraft wasn't made in like 1998, you know? Like we can kind of do that now and in certain ways with maybe even procedurally generated shit. But like in, he said it was going to be like a completely full open world experience, like no matter what. And you're like 90% of Fable was like being stuck on a road. Like, you can't even jump off the path. You know what I mean? Like, that was, it was like, that already was, people were like, weird, Peter. You said we could do anything, you know? And then...
Arena Breakout Infinite is now available in early access.
I'm going to give you all some homework.
At the end of the year. Now, over the years, Blizzard has been a big part of Gamescom history. And this
I should open up Twitter and see what Shackle tweeted about it, because I know she did.
And to tell us more, here's the president of Blizzard, Johanna Ferris.
Ooh, look at them pants. Nice. Y'all dressed up?
Hello, hello, hello.
Hello, hello, hello.
She's so pretty.
Welcome to Gamescom.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having us.
Here we go. Yeah, I know, right,
On behalf
Zambu?
of Blizzard. This is such a massive
You know, I can't finish homework. You finish it or you get pop out.
With everyone at Gamescom, and we're just really honored and grateful to be here.
Well, we're very glad to have you guys back, and I know you got a big booth with Xbox, right?
We do, yes. And come on by if you're here.
Watch your
all
fucking
week
pants
long.
back.
We're proud of it.
Those aren't
But
80s
it's also
pants.
a particularly big
Those are
moment for
those
Warcraft.
are cargo pants.
We have
If they were
celebrations
parachute
and
pants, it'd be
anniversaries
completely different.
galore across Hearthstone, across Rumble, and of course a very big milestone for World of Warcraft this year.
Yes, speaking of World of Warcraft,
That's
the War
not
Within,
true,
its
Autumn.
global launch is coming up very soon this month, right?
Yes, it is, and we're
Fails
just
complete
days
homework.
away
Mine too.
from the global
100%
launch
Tumo.
of the War Within.
Tumo,
August 26th, it's go time for that, and in 2 days,
Look how
we'll
floopy
actually
they are.
open up
Nah,
early
that's not how
access for
parachute
players,
pants
so we're
work.
Psyched about it. Come on in and join. And I just want to say it's
You want to put things inside me?
from the team. The World
Like
Soul
donuts?
Saga opens up such ambitious creative territory for us, arguably some of the most ambitious we've ever seen since WoW initially released 20 years ago. And we can't wait to embark on it and share it with players.
The war
Yeah,
outside.
It's very exciting that this month is time for that. But
Tomato,
I know just as you
tomato.
said, there's so many Warcraft anniversaries, Blizzard anniversaries, Warcraft anniversaries. How can players be a part of this?
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
a ton of ways we're going to be able to celebrate, so we definitely hope that you join us. There will be in-game events that commence in October, so there will be more details on that, but players will be able to earn really cool in-game rewards, and we'll be finding some creative ways to celebrate the history of Azeroth together. And also be on the lookout for
Yeah,
our
I actually
very
really
first
love-
Warcraft Direct, where the team
I
will
get
share
my
more
cargo.
in the coming months
I really love
on all
cargo
the things
pants.
going on for the Warcraft universe.
Okay, well, that's exciting. Now, I was wondering about, all the other Blizzard teams. Are they going to get in and celebrate these anniversaries too?
They are. There'll be some nice surprises along the way, but I do want to shout out tonight the Overwatch 2 team. Okay. They've been doing some amazing work to show their honoring of World of Warcraft
there it is.
And the legacy that it brings. There'll be a new collab in September. We wanted to share tonight with all of you a sneak peek of the very first new skin. It's Widowmaker, and she's embracing her allegiance for the Horde as Sylvanas Windrunner. So be on the lookout for more details from the Overwatch team on that.
Okay, thanks for bringing a little scoop along with you. That's fantastic. Now let's move to another franchise that has a big year, Diablo.
Oh yes, all eyes on October 8th. Yes. We are super excited for the Vessel of Hatred, and we're even more excited.
Get in there, play some of that Diablo.
This week will be the chance to have the first ever
One roof from the crowd.
hands-on experience with our very new Spiritborn class.
Woo!
It's beautiful. It's awesome to play, and it's definitely a key part of what makes the Vessel of Hatred
He's so pretty.
special for us.
All right, well, I understand you might have brought a little something special with you as well.
We have, here's a
Re-release
look
the
at our
StarCraft
mercenary
1.
companions. So take a look on behalf of the Vessel of Hatred.
She sounds like she got that cotton mouth, bruh. She sounds like she smoked a lot before doing this interview and did not have any water.
Desolation. Horror. This is the road we know in Sanctuary. However, some of us have taken a different path.
Oh, great. Someone's making another goddamn ring.
Bound by secrecy, ready to stand and fight for those who seek us out.
Ooh, a
My
Shogoth.
shield is your protection. There was a time we fought the vilest of Sanctuary.
You fools get uglier and uglier.
Until we were left with only our inner demons. But the return of hatred has pulled us back into the light.
Your blood feeds my blade!
And though we now wait, watching from the shadows, we cannot escape who we are.
Oh, look, it's Lampy.
Why we fight.
Please, no! Stay away!
Or the fury that burns.
For the herd! For the herd!
I have your back.
I'm with you!
I will not let you down.
Stay back!
See it. Shoot it.
Reach your maker!
Catch!
Strength in numbers.
I am your guardian.
I am your redemption.
I am your vengeance! I am your rage!
We are the pale hand, and we are the reason.
They take this
you
footage from the
never
Switch version.
fight alone.
Vessel of Hatred. So did I miss some more story past the default game? Is that little kid actually like a Diablo?
That looks great. Thanks for the sneak peek.
Of course, and it's my
Oh, you mean just the
pleasure
end of the
to
regular?
introduce
Yeah.
Brent Gibson, game director of Diablo 4, Vessel of Hatred.
Hello, Gamescom! The team and I are so proud that Diablo 4 is the type of game that has something for all gamers. And in Vessel of Hatred, it's no exception. We are hard at work at adding new ways to play and new ways to grow in power. Like mercenaries. Ordinary people with extraordinary skills that you can hire to fight alongside you in your battle against hell.
But it did beat the game.
We're also adding the Kurast Undercity, an all-new multi-layered dungeon that gives you the control on the types of challenges you're going to see, as well as the rewards you may get. And we also have the Dark Citadel, our brand new co-op PvE dungeon that challenges everything you know about combat in Diablo through a gauntlet of multiplayer puzzles and mechanics. We're talking about all of it right here at Gamescom. And so stay tuned if you want to see all the things that you're going to see in Vessel of Hatred launching October 8th.
I think I saw it
And
because
I hope to
we
see
were freaking
every
about
single
it
one of you on the
at the
floor
time
all
too.
the way through the show. So thank you very much.
I kind of didn't even remember how Diablo 4 ended.
Thanks, Brent.
I know that
All right,
that
now
chick
we're heading to the hardcore action role-playing world
like
of
took the
first
stone and ran off
Berserker
with it though,
Kazan,
right?
Set for 2025 release. Intense combat
Oh,
meets
shit.
breathtaking 3D cell animation.
Oh, yeah, I want
in a
this.
brutal world from Nexon. Coming to PC and console, let's witness the chaos that
And then
awaits.
the bad wasn't actually dead. Cause really bad. Yeah, she took the stone, left, and that was it. Yeah. Held Daddy in the stone. Oh, that's right, because that was the thing. He was like there, and he's like, I know what you're gonna do. And the best part is, whichever one you're gonna do doesn't even matter, but I know what you're gonna do. And so she jabbed him with it, and then took him into it, and then just ran away.
For years, I faced unrelenting fury, made countless sacrifices. And the result of my devotion
I thought this looked fun.
was betrayal.
It's like Berserk, brah. It's kind of like Darksiders a little bit. Ooh.
At this rate, you will die. Emperor, you will pay for this.
Get the Behelit. Nope.
Join me, Blade Phantom, and I will help you.
Put on the Berserk armor. It's the white Neo main character. It does look a lot like him, doesn't it? Oh, Lil Dante's Inferno for sure. That's a game I never beat. I like played most of it over and over again.
Our alliance has been formed.
Cool. The guy's a Final Fantasy 14 Reaper, legit.
The constraints of the past are history.
Please don't be an advertisement for the Fire TV stick.
You've always wanted.
Look, normal people playing video games.
Your choices will remake the world. And every turn becomes an opportunity to triumph.
I just feel steps.
It's your world now.
Ara, ara.
Play it day one with PC Game Pass.
At least we won't have to pay extra money for it.
Shut up! You can't even run properly!
I have been waiting for the Wukong game for years, and I did just pick it up. I gotta get it working proper. Oh, a mobile, Dark and Darker mobile. I gotta get it working properly, and then I may be streaming it.
Dark
tonight.
and Darker Mobile
Maybe.
is now available for global pre-registration.
Mobile.
Now from NetEase Games, this next trailer is a new life simulation game where players can travel among super-powered worlds to craft their island and engage with friends. Let's
Oh, I like her nails. Flowtopia. Jeez, they're really cute. They look a little cuter than pop figures. They're like cute pop figures. Wow, Jesus! Yeah, even more to be Animal Crossing legit. Yeah, I was about to say, Animal Crossing multiplayer with a better multiplayer function? Like, do we not have to wait like 10 years for it to turn off and on? Because then I'd be totally fucking in. One thing that killed multiplayer in Animal Crossing was that every time somebody joined, you had to wait 10 minutes for something to load. Oh, you EP go CP time now. Oh no, they were just dead the whole time. Never mind. That's okay. It's mega adorable for sure. Yeah, or when someone leaves, that's the worst.
We got another game to show you, which will take you on an epic global adventure. Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. Check this out.
I sure hope they don't show any gameplay.
What if I told you there was a connection between ancient cultures around the world?
Wait, is that
the
fucking...
Great Circle. Does it exist? Is it the key to some lost power?
I want
That's
the
up to
Great
you to uncover.
That's fucking... What's his name? Shit, I can't remember.
Troy Baker, and
that's his name. Thank you, Troy.
It's humbling playing a character that so many people, myself included, look up to. As a kid, seeing Indiana Jones in the theater for the first time was a defining moment for me. And I never would have guessed that all these years later, I would be the one wearing the hat.
Yeah, for sure. In bleed blue blondes.
A dream that I cannot wait for you to live for yourselves.
Did he just lick that?
The beauty of a first-person game like this is that we all
named
get to
the
feel
dog
what it's like to
Indiana.
become Indy. You are the one who cracks the whip, who feels the weight of every punch and the thrill of finding every clue. Indy is such a unique character. Professor, an archaeologist, a brawler, an explorer, the quintessential all-around adventurer. And this game has everything you'd expect from
It would have been
Indiana
funnier
Jones
if they got Nolan to play him.
Mysterious artifacts, cunning villains, ancient discoveries, hard-hitting action. It's a world of constant danger where you've got to think on your feet to stay alive. The Great Circle spans the entire globe, from snake-filled jungle temples to scorpion-riddled desert tombs.
Why'd it have to be
Open
snakes?
areas to explore freely, full of secrets for you to discover. And you'll get more than just the classic whip and revolver. Indy's journal and his camera will immerse you in the mystery, providing extra info on all of your finds. So
And also
you can
Indy's
appreciate
punch.
all of the little historical details he obsesses over. And those details are your key to solving the ancient puzzles that hold the secrets you're after. But ancient secrets don't come easy. It's best to have an exit strategy. This is an incredible
I sure hope they let you play the beginning part of that.
I can't wait for you to play it. Hold on to your hat.
Doesn't that look great? A world of mystery to explore. But you're probably wondering when the game comes out, right?
Tomorrow. Will you guys watch all the movies with me before we play
There you
it?
have it. Indiana Jones and the Great Circle is coming out
Except the
this
Crystal
December
Skull.
for Xbox, Game Pass, and PC. But there is one more thing that Machine Games and Bethesda wanted to share with you about
Yeah.
Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. The game's coming to PlayStation 5 in spring of 2025.
Oh, okay.
All right, before we wrap up O&L, we do have one final game announcement for you. Check this out.
Death Stranding 3. Bloodborne.
This thing of ours, it's a brotherhood.
Hey, I've seen those types of cups when I was in Brazil. I mean, Belgium. Are they not cups? They're like candlehead things.
Do not exist among us.
Uncharted 7.
Yourself, your life, to this family.
A lemon tree. Don Quixote? Nah, something watermelons. And there's no windmills around. A new mafia. The old country. Meh. Meh. Meh.
I'm Nick Baines, president of Hangar 13. What you just saw is the first early look at Mafia, the Old Country. A thrilling
Mafia.
story set in 1900 Sicily during the origins of the Mafia. We're going back to the roots of what fans love about the Mafia franchise, crafting a deep linear narrative with that classic mob movie feeling. Mafia's success is built on our players' passion for the franchise, and we're so proud to return to Mafia.
The
Old
first
Country.
Mafia
Can't
game
wait to show you
remastered
all.
just came out
Thanks for
on,
watching.
or it just became available on Game Pass. If any of you did not know.
That was a fun surprise, right? All right, well, that
Meh.
is a wrap on
Meh.
opening night live from here in Cologne, Germany. And we hope to see you again this December 12th, when the Game Awards streams live everywhere for our 10th anniversary
What?
show. It is going to be
It's
a
just
very
ending
special
now,
night
too.
as we give you a sense of where games are going in the next decade. We don't want to say much now, but trust me, it's going to be a very special show. All right, well, thanks again to my co-host, Shocks. Didn't she do a great job?
Thank you so much, Jeff. It was really great to be here. I hope everyone had an amazing time. And can I say something in German too?
Where's your glasses?
Don't want to show you up, but vielen Dank, ihr Lieben. Ich hoffe, ihr habt eine super, super Zeit und viel Spaß auf der Gamescom.
Well done, German, as opposed to mine. I'm learning. All right. Thanks so much,
He's not
Shocks. Thanks,
learning.
everyone.
He doesn't
Enjoy
care.
Gamescom. Have a great night.
Not a single person made it on stage to say something weird. Disappointed. She said, thank you very much. I love you all. Have a super fun time. Have a lot of game time. You're doing a great job, Autumn. You're doing really good at learning the Germans. All right, so now that that's finished, allow me to educate you all on something. This is a 35-minute thing that some guy made on the internet, and it's perfect. It's perfect. It will help me help you understand why Peter Malibu is the duty face, and why we should never trust anything that he ever says again. Or hopefully he learned his lesson. Watch this with me.
Hello, I'm Bill Gates, chairman of Microsoft. In this video...
That's not Peter Molyneux, by the way. I just want to... I mean, just in case you didn't know.
You're going to see the future.
All right, it's 2009. Pigs are flying, everything has this aesthetic, and Microsoft has just announced a groundbreaking new piece of tech at E3. Utilizing the latest advancements in motion capture, Project Natal, as it was initially named, was a new device for the Xbox that aimed to win audiences over with pure wow factor. The main goal of Natal was to bring families into the gaming equation by taking controllers out of it, and this resulted in an intuitive get-up-and-play experience that made it easy for any demographic to play and enjoy. For 2009, it was pretty damn impressive, and in the eyes of many consumers, it made Sony and Nintendo's motion tech look kind of obsolete. But that night at E3, Microsoft would manage to continue the hype train. You see, after the unveiling of Project Natal, another speaker would take the stage to present a tech
That's what he looked like in 2009.
demo for Microsoft's
He pretty much looked the same, but just now he's older.
new hardware.
You know, I want to just say one thing to you, and that's the word interactive.
That's Peter Molyneux, game designer for the Fable series
I always say his
and
name
former
wrong.
creative director at Microsoft. And what he's about to share with this audience at E3 will echo in eternity as one of the most intentionally deceitful unveilings in Microsoft's history. In his presentation, Peter claims to have developed an experience with Natal that he thinks will fulfill every gamer's lifelong dream: to build an innocent yet intimate relationship with a 10-year-old boy. Oh wait, what? Oh, you guys just wanted Fable 3? Oh shit. In the demo, Peter introduces us to Project Milo, a game about a boy that can supposedly see you, hear you, and actually get to know you through the screen.
Hi, Milo, how you doing?
Hi, Claire. You okay?
By making use of the Natal hardware, Peter demonstrates how players can seemingly interact with Milo through free-flowing conversations, giving the impression that the character on screen is somehow capable of independent thought.
Here we're seeing Claire being recognized, and the emotion in Claire's voice being recognized, and that emotion reflecting in Milo's face. Those are all being seen for the first time.
At first glance, it looks quite impressive. Yet the way Peter describes it, you'd think his team had just stumbled on the means to creating sentient AI. And something tells me that's kind of what he wanted us to think. What's worse is that one look back at the comments section for this presentation proves that we bought right in. Of course, there were skeptics, but for the majority, people really thought Milo was a game changer. Literally. I mean, audiences were more excited for this game than the actual hardware it was demoed for. Not to mention the potential this kind of AI had for countless genres in the industry. The problem? It was all complete bullshit. The demo was fake, the actor was acting, and Peter was essentially lying through his teeth. Or was he? No, I'm just kidding, he was. He totally was. And this was most certainly not the first time either. You see, Peter was notorious throughout the industry for overpromising, exaggerating, and flat-out lying about upcoming games. I mean, you could probably score the rest of this video with the flight of the bumblebee, and it would match the tone for the level of chaos this man has caused. But Milo? Milo was his magnum opus, a lie so deceitful that it crossed the point of outrage to just actually being kind of impressive. By utilizing his arsenal of clever word choice alongside demo footage that mainly consisted of smoke and mirrors, Peter managed to convince an entire generation of gamers that he had developed a technology 50 years ahead of its time. What would ensue was a roller coaster ride of PR shenanigans, miscommunication, backpedaling, and deception that would ultimately amount to nothing. But to understand how this happened in the first place, we need to take a look back at the man himself. Peter. Oh, Peter. After founding Bullfrog Productions in 1987,
which I fucking adore. Bullfrog has made so many games that I am a giant fan of.
Peter Molyneux would leap headfirst into game design with a focus on population sims. You know the ones, those top-down games with disembodied hands that control everything in the game world.
Weird, right? I feel like I saw something like that sometime recently.
These concepts were fascinating to Peter, and ultimately became the stage that allowed his knack for ideation to really shine.
That game is Syndicate, and it's one of my favorite games ever.
What if you were the owner of a theme park, the keeper of a dungeon, or the deity in charge of an entire island? Peter's games put the player in complete control, which ultimately helped redefine the scope for what games could actually be about. And usually with outstanding results. Throughout his time at Bullfrog, Peter would make
look, he has hair. Peter.
leaps and bounds within the simulation space, known well for his early adoption of artificial intelligence and his invention of the God game genre. This would eventually lead their longtime publisher Electronic Arts to acquire the company in 1995. Unfortunately, EA's acquisition changed the way Bullfrog developed games, and Peter, who was unsatisfied with the changes, left the studio in '97 to pursue a new venture. This would ultimately lead Molyneux to found Lionhead Studios, with a handful of other ex-Bullfroggers.
Also, like,
from there, Peter would spend a sizable chunk of money from the Bullfrog deal, investing over $6 million into Lionhead's first game. After 3 years of development, Black and White released in March of 2001.
I think I still got that box somewhere in his house.
Critical acclaim. The game was praised heavily for its accomplishments in artificial intelligence, even appearing in the 2003 Guinness World Records for having the most intelligent being in a game. These accomplishments were what ultimately solidified Peter's belief in AI, inspiring him and his team to pursue further research on the topic. So, that same year, Peter would officially launch a research project. The goal of their efforts was to develop a game that was smarter than anything ever seen on the market. A game that, years from now, would eventually become Milo. But until then, Peter would codename his venture Project Dimitri. You see, Peter loved codenames and had a quirk of introducing and changing these names every time he spoke to journalists. Throughout his career, there was Project Dimitri, Project Ego, Project X, Project Milo. I mean, for a guy that couldn't keep his mouth shut in front of journalists, he sure did love secrets. And this problem had certainly become evident throughout his career. Up until this point, Peter had already begun developing a reputation for himself as somewhat of an overpromiser, notorious for making outlandish claims about features that would be included in upcoming games. Peter would later confess to even making up new features on the spot just to keep journalists interested. And that problem would only grow worse when his company released Fable in 2004. To build excitement for the game, Peter would make all sorts of false promises for Fable, which ultimately ended up hurting the game's reception among fans. To give you a better idea of what I mean, here's just a few. 1. Peter said that Fable would be a completely open world with zero invisible boundaries. 2. Peter said you could have children who take over as the playable character if you die in the game. 3. Peter said you could plant a tree and watch it grow to fruition in real time. And so on. Of course, none of these promises actually made it into the game, and probably caused most of his development team to
children were
slam their
scary.
heads through drywall. The worst part was that Fable was a good game that just happened to fall flat because of heightened expectations. Some may write this behavior off as a passionate game designer getting overly excited about his game, but no matter how you twist it, Peter's big mouth was just plain unprofessional, and it was starting to affect his reputation. After Microsoft acquired Lionhead in 2005, the suits would attempt to remedy this issue by keeping a PR team around Peter at all times. This was done to ensure he didn't get himself into any more trouble.
Yeah, these nasty PR policemen that are all around me as we speak.
I'm not allowed to talk about the PR guards that are standing at the back, shooting daggers with their eyes.
Obviously, I can't answer questions like that because I would get killed for if I announced it.
Because you're not answering questions, you're just telling lies at a question you have been asked. That is the big problem. You're like, I can't answer questions like that because of these mean people. No. It was a cause and effect situation. You always told a bunch of bullshit that you needed fucking babysitters.
By now you're probably wondering, well, how does Milo fit into all this? And you'd be right to ask.
Don't they do that in Rogue Legacy, essentially? Autumn? Rogue Legacy is literally all about that. But of course, that's kind of a different ordeal or whatever. But I agree with you. I agree.
Ask that. Well, sometime in 2007, after many years of experimenting, Peter had finally found some direction for Project Dimitri. For roughly 6 years, Lionhead's research into AI game systems had never actually resulted in a full game. Sure, many of their advancements made it into other games as features, but nothing quite managed to harness all of their efforts into one single title. And now, with pressure from Microsoft to actually return results, Peter needed to finally turn his passion project into profit. So, in 2007, Peter pitched a brand new idea to his associate Gary Carr, who was then an executive producer at Microsoft. This new idea would build upon everything the team had worked on with Project Dimitri, but under a completely new name. You see, by 2007, codename Dimitri was kind of a bad word around Lionhead, and had become somewhat synonymous with failure. So, in order to improve morale regarding the project, Peter would codename their new venture Milo, named after the game's protagonist. Development for Project Milo officially began in 2007 as a sort of simulation centered around the life of one individual. This, of course, took Peter's usual formula of population-based sims and flipped it on its head. Instead of a simulation involving multiple people, Project Milo would be about just one, a boy, and your actions in the game would determine who Milo grew up to be. It was basically a glorified parenting sim, except instead of taking the role of an actual parent, you were more of a friend, or mentor, or slave? I mean, the first prototype literally just had you doing Milo's chores, and from what I've learned, it didn't sound incredibly impressive. But, according to Peter, Project Milo was utilizing an impressive display of AI technology, combining advancements made with Project Dimitri alongside Microsoft's own research. It was something Peter felt incredibly proud of, leading him to suggest in an interview that their achievements could eventually find them on the front page of Science magazine. An important thing to note, though, was that until this point, Project Milo was strictly being developed for use with a controller, and there was absolutely no knowledge of Project Natal up to this point. That was until 2008, when one of Peter's associates at Microsoft spilled the beans. Turns out, a group of Microsoft engineers had been working closely with an Israeli tech company to bring motion-sensing hardware to the Xbox 360. This technology was first introduced to the world at the 2006 Game Developers Conference by a company called PrimeSense. At the convention, PrimeSense revealed a revolutionary new device capable of sensing and mapping human bodies in real time. At this point, the tech was still in its early stages, but it showed promise, which was illustrated through PrimeSense's earliest concept videos. And while many of these demonstrations looked impressive, the production quality was a bit more akin to a Tim and Eric sketch.
So, what was the name of that movie you told me you wanted to see the other day? How about that one? I have to order pizza. Oh.
Hi, how are you?
Hey Greg, how you doing? I'm gonna have to call you back tomorrow night.
Okay, bye.
Good night.
As cheesy as these demos were, the concept most certainly caught the attention of Microsoft, and especially Peter Molyneux. This would lead Peter to completely rework Project Milo to incorporate this new hardware, which Microsoft had codenamed Project Natal. Peter now envisioned a game where players could actually speak to Milo through Natal, and Milo would, ideally, respond back. Microsoft ran with it, and for roughly the next year and a half, Lionhead would double the size of their team to help steer Project Milo in this new direction. This would set off the chain of events that would eventually lead to Peter's infamous demo at E3-09. Contrary to popular belief, Project Milo was not entirely a hoax. As misleading as it was, the video Peter showed at E3 was technically not a complete fabrication, because Lionhead was really working on a real game. And after the incorporation of Project Natal, Milo was actually capable of a handful of impressive feats. He could understand over 500 unique words, recognize the color of your clothing, and even interpret the tone of your voice. This was all real technology that the Lionhead team was working on, and it was all really being done with Project Natal. The problem? It was still pretty janky. Developers who worked on the project admitted that it was a challenge to demonstrate the game live, and players could very easily break the illusion of Milo's sentience if they wished to do so. What made this situation more dire was the fact that later that year, Project Milo was set to be unveiled at E3 alongside Natal. So, how would they do it? Well, they'd stage it, of course. I mean, was it really that big of a lie as long as the game was actually being developed? Well, yes, especially when you consider the way the demo was fabricated. Just a few weeks before E3, Lionhead would hire an actress to help stage their presentation, and worked with a film crew to produce it. And look, staging certain aspects of a technology for the purposes of ensuring a smooth presentation is maybe arguably one thing. But the creative liberties that were taken with Milo's demo made implications that grossly exaggerated the capabilities of the actual product. And this was the factor that ultimately landed Peter in such hot water. Now, let's jump back to E3 2009, where Microsoft has just finished unveiling Project Natal for the first time. The tech is impressive, and kind of steals the show from Sony, who unveiled a wand-based version of their own motion tech the same night.
Which worked really, really well.
That racket is actually in the virtual world. It's in Anton's hand.
Next to take the stage is Peter, who I can only assume is engaged in some sort of weird pre-show ritual behind the curtains, very a la Joker. I mean, you gotta be a little crazy to pull a stunt like this in front of the entire gaming industry. So, Peter makes his presentation and introduces Milo to the world.
Hi, Milo. How you doing?
Hi, Claire. You okay?
Actually, I'm a bit nervous.
You? Nervous? I don't believe it.
On first watch, the video actually looks pretty convincing. But as we come to find, Peter is using a mix of both deceptive gameplay footage and clever language to mislead the viewer. The interactions presented in the video make the implication that players can have complex, free-flowing conversations with Milo, and can come to form deep personal relationships with him.
Listen, I was thinking today you should let me beat you at football again. That is if you finished your homework. You have finished your school project.
What happened there is that Claire knew Milo so well, she knew when he was worried about something.
Of course, as you can probably tell, this entire interaction is scripted. There's even moments in the video where Milo appears to remember seemingly impressive details about the actress's personal life.
Science fiction is not even written about.
Don't forget your mum's birthday.
Did you catch that? Apparently Milo just on a whim remembered Claire's mom's birthday, which once again tries to reinforce the idea that the two actually have a relationship.
I mean, that works in
Later on in the video,
you know, if
Milo
there's a
leads
calendar
Claire
in the
to a
game.
pond where Natal's capabilities for motion capture are shown off a little bit. Yet, for some reason, even a basic minigame like this was faked. Upon closer inspection, you'll realize that Claire's movements are not entirely in sync with her reflection. For one reason or another, this entirely pre-rendered scene has the actress superimposed into the reflection of the water, forcing Claire to memorize her original movements and attempt to perform them in sync with the footage on screen. This obviously leads to errors, and quickly becomes Exhibit A for many skeptics trying to debunk the video later on. But what proves to be one of the most glaring oversights of the whole video is actually a matter of perspective. Let me explain. When you're viewing any sort of portrait from your viewpoint, the subject of your gaze appears to follow you wherever you move around the room. It's why paintings like the Mona Lisa seem to always be watching you even if you change where you're standing. So why isn't Milo doing that? Yes, he's looking at Claire, but we're not looking from Claire's perspective. This is of course once again because the entire video was fabricated. When the Lionhead team was putting together this demo, they found that Milo's natural line of vision would be directed towards the camera, ultimately ruining the immersion they wanted to create between Milo and Claire. So, they faked it, and in a blatant rejection for the laws of perspective, the team re-rigged Milo to look slightly to the side to look at Claire. As you can probably tell so far, practically none of the aspects of the video were actually real. Shocker, I know. And even if certain footage represented aspects of the game that did work, it was far easier to just fake the whole thing. For example, towards the end of the presentation, Claire would draw a picture of a fish and hold it up to the camera. Milo would then supposedly pull the image into the game world and look at it himself. And funnily enough, this tech actually did work in a live demo setting. Turns out Milo had an incredible knack for recognizing drawings through the Natal camera, and even learned to identify specific objects through machine learning. It was actually one of the things Milo was best at, and there was even talk of improving the tech so that Milo could learn to identify new drawings as you showed them to him. Of course, the reins were pulled back on this to avoid making Milo an expert on identifying crudely drawn penises, but the take-home here is that it did actually work. So, in summary, what Peter essentially showed the audience that night was a demo of a game that did technically exist, but the format in which they chose to present that game took way more creative liberties than it ever should have. And what did that result in? Possibly the most misled outpouring of enthusiasm a game has ever seen, apart from a few other titles. People were losing their minds about this game. I mean, if Milo was really as true to life as Peter had claimed, then this would have massive implications not only for gaming itself, but technology as a whole. If only it were true. Later that night, after the E3 press conference, a select group of journalists were picked to actually meet Milo and demo the project for themselves. And this is where things started to take a bit of a turn. While the demo was impressive, many playtesters would quickly come to see through the smoke and mirror tricks used to give Milo the illusion of sentience. For example, Milo could understand words, but only certain ones, and those words had to be given within the correct context to be understood in the first place. If you asked Milo something yourself and he didn't understand, his code would prompt him to either politely nod or shake his head, which made many attempts at communication just kind of fall flat.
All sorts of flat, I bet.
Sometimes Milo could read the tone of your voice and interpret it as such, emitting a laugh. Of course, Milo didn't actually get the joke and wouldn't comment on it in any way, but it was part of the illusion the game tried to convey. Most journalists remarked on how if you played Milo by the rules, you could actually have half-decent conversations with him. But any, and I mean any attempt to go off script would immediately poke holes in the illusion. But the journalists' impressions didn't really do much to quell the excitement for the game. Just like any hype train, once it gets going, it's kind of hard to stop. So, E3 2009 ends, and Microsoft is swarmed with enthusiastic journalists chomping at the bit for details about Milo and Project Natal. And the excitement is palpable.
So tell me more about your role with Project Natal.
So I'm essentially the technical director for the technologies that you saw. So from our perspective, the inspiration really was, could we actually incorporate the human into the gameplay so that we could create a system whereby...
Of course, Peter does a few interviews as well, and you can rest assured his PR team is standing just outside the frame.
What is the objective? Well, I could, you know what, I would love to tell you that, I could completely tell you. I could go through the story, there's, you know, an amazing story, but I have given myself a rule that I will not talk about things unless I can show them, but it is definitely a game.
It is definitely a game.
When asked if players can expect a release date for Project Milo, Peter ensures that development is in full swing, and while a release date cannot be given, the game is most certainly expected to be brought to market. Yet strangely enough, that would be the last time we'd hear of Milo for a very long time. The following year, E3 2010 would come and go without so much as a word from Milo, and fans definitely had some questions. But this time, they got different answers.
He's, you know, the Milo project was something that Lionhead Studios in their labs had developed, and obviously that's a tech demo and technology that continues to exist.
Ooh, Nicky
but
reset.
right now, it's
time to get on it.
Game that we're planning to bring to market.
That was Aaron Greenberg, a PR executive for Microsoft who made that statement sometime in 2010. Shortly after that, Peter would go on record to quite condescendingly denounce Aaron's statements. It was a weird era in the game's development where, depending on who you asked at Microsoft, your answer on Project Milo was completely different. Behind the scenes, Peter was in a sort of power struggle with the higher-ups at Microsoft. After roughly 3 years in development, Project Milo, now called Milo and Kate, was failing to meet the expectations Microsoft had in place for the title. And it definitely didn't help that Peter had wildly raised those expectations back in 2009. Worse still, Microsoft had significantly pulled back on Project Natal's hardware capabilities, attempting to cut costs by downgrading the device's processor, which subsequently narrowed the scope for Project Milo. Fast forward to mid-2010, and fans are wondering when and if they'll ever get an update on Milo's development. And finally, after over a year of anticipation, Peter would eventually break his silence on the project. This update would come in the form of a TED Talk, which was already a really bad sign. If Microsoft actually had realistic plans to release Milo, they would have announced it at E3 2010 earlier that year. But clearly the game's release had reached a level of uncertainty that could no longer justify a feature at the event. So instead, Peter opts to quietly demo the game at TED Global, in what could be seen as one of the most egregious attempts at backpedaling I have ever seen. I mean, what Peter demonstrates to the crowd at TED Global is almost a completely different game from what he showed fans the year before, and the way he introduces it just makes it all the worse.
So, a year ago, I showed this off at a computer show called E3.
Really, Peter? A computer show? This comment was either a sign that Peter was getting old, or rather a feeble attempt to avoid mentioning the word video game to what I can only assume is a slightly older audience.
This was a piece of technology. It was someone called Claire interacting with this boy. And there was a huge row online about, hey, this can't be real. And so I waited till now to have an actual demo of the real tech.
Wow. Peter the Brain Molyneux has done it again. Who knew this was his plan the whole time? No way this was some sort of half-baked attempt to backtrack on false promises made for a game that was built on misleading footage and blatant lies.
I definitely should have gotten in during April Fool's.
For the actual game. Okay, but really though, have you ever witnessed a more blatant admission of guilt? I mean, he literally comes out and says this is the actual demo of the real tech. At this point, he's not even trying to hide that the game was a lie. And then he has the audacity to try and put a bow on the whole thing by pinpointing his team's one sole goal.
Just to get to this one simple idea, to create a real living being in a computer.
Oh yeah, Peter? That one simple idea? You mean the idea that modern technology hasn't even come close to cracking? The idea that could one day lead to technological singularity, subsequently blurring the definition of what it actually means to be human? And you found that on the Xbox 360? Listen, I've really tried to cut Peter some slack in this video, but the way he talks about creating Milo like he's some sort of 21st century Geppetto is just really, really annoying. Yet he still tries to redeem himself with what appears to be some newfound attempt at transparency.
Now, I'll be honest with you and say that most of it is just a trick.
Wow. There's a reason I'm spending so much time on this intro. I mean, with every sentence, Peter just finds a way to dig himself into a deeper hole, and it just keeps getting funnier.
So why don't we go over and have a look at the demo now. This is Dimitri.
Wait, this is Dimitri? Like, the project Dimitri? Turns out this part isn't a lie. Apparently, the original project was named after his godson the whole time, who actually worked at Lionhead on the Fable games. Who knew? Now comes the actual demo, the honest demo, and there's one key difference right off the bat. It appears as though this time we have a real person playing the game live. Finally, the curtains have been drawn back, and we can see some real gameplay for the first time. Let's check it out.
So, he's discovering the garden, you're helping him discover the garden by just pointing out these snails.
So, the demo finally begins, and what we appear to get is some sort of on-rails snail spotting simulator. It's a bizarre way to start, especially considering the bold claims Peter made about Milo in the intro. As the camera rolls along, Milo finds another snail on the ground, at which point Milo encounters his first test of morality. Turns out Milo has a thirst for blood and sadism, and toys with the idea of squishing the snail underneath his shoe. At this point, Dimitri is prompted to use voice commands to either encourage Milo's behavior or stop him.
Do you want Milo to squash it? When you see the microphone, say yes.
Squash.
Go on, Milo, squash it.
No, that's the right thing to do. No, that's the right thing to do.
Milo has changed.
Oh, that was unexpected. But what doesn't come as a surprise
Milo has
is how the
changed.
voice recognition system has changed. You'll notice that in this new demo, there are explicit prompts for when you can actually speak to Milo. Of course, this wildly contradicts Peter's first demo of the game, in which it's heavily implied that speech is free-flowing and spontaneous. At this point, the presentation continues for another 6 or 7 minutes, where Peter demos a handful of other incredibly boring minigames. But what makes it funny is how these demonstrations are always accompanied by long-winded boasts of how the game is so much more sophisticated than it actually looks.
His face, by the way, is fully AI-driven. We have complete control over his blush responses, the diameter of his nostrils. His mind is based in the cloud. If you're leaning forward, he would slightly change the neuro-linguistic nature of his face. You're actually sculpting a human being here. We've got a database of words which we recognize. We pick those words out. We also reference that with his the tonation database.
In all honesty, I would imagine the audience was bored to death by this presentation. After 3 years in development, the game just looks so incredibly underwhelming, and one can come to understand why Microsoft felt the same way.
Like, the dude was sweating on there or whatever. Yeah, he's way in the future for sure.
Which is dwarfed in comparison to the millions of views garnered by the first demo. So it may come as no surprise to learn that shortly after this presentation was made, Microsoft would permanently shut down development for Milo and Kate.
Yeah.
This was of course due to a multitude of different factors, and can't be simply attributed to one reason. Speculation points toward the fact that Milo
I feel like we could,
developed during a time
pretty
when
much
the Kinect was still
one
trying
reason,
to understand
and
its target audience.
Peter is a fucking
As
liar.
the project evolved, Microsoft would opt to target demographics engaged in party settings, which kind of put Milo's mellow, single-player gameplay into an awkward category. It's also fair to speculate that Microsoft closed development due to false expectations surrounding the game, which were set so high by Peter's outlandish claims. Whatever the reasons, the news came as a devastating blow to the Lionhead team, who were all incredibly excited about what they had built
sure.
up to that point.
You get a
Regardless
difference
of Peter's lies,
between
Project
like
Milo really utilized state-of-the-art technology that resulted
companies
in
lie, right?
features.
Marketing teams tell these
image,
sparkly
and
little
even
lies.
emotional recognition
You
that
know,
genuinely
they
would
tell
have held
these,
weight
they
as
sprinkle in
impressive
these little
features
lies
for
here
its
and
time.
there in order to try and sell their stuff or whatever, but they don't. They're not like blatant though, right? Like, because what he was doing was anything that's just completely and totally beyond any aspect of a lie, and it's literally literally false advertising. That's what it comes to. You know, there's like a law against that. Which really surprises me with some fucking mobile games, because they just put in some weird fucking shit. Remember White Knight Chronicles? So I never actually got to play it, but I do remember that that playing it was a little more disappointing than what we had seen on it or whatever. But it was still pretty cool, and the lies were not nearly as blatant. They lied through their teeth. I don't remember. I don't have enough experience with that one. With Fable, I have plenty of experience with it, whatever. Yeah.
Emotional recognition was being repurposed.
Or the government would crack. Yeah, I wish it would crack down on them as well, and even just the advertisements for it, right? Like, they'll advertise a game and they just literally won't show anything about the actual game, and then they'll mislead you by making you believe that the game
was actually released.
Literally is a different game. You know, like
Journey was received poorly for the Kinect, with its main failing point.
Videos from other games, like like Dark Souls or whatever. Yeah.
Initially,
there was that one the one that got me the most was one where it would show like Pokemon, right? It looked exactly like Pokemon, but it would make it some creepypasta horror type shit. And I was like, I'm fucking totally down with this. And I was almost gonna go and download it immediately, and I was like, well, let's see what some people have to say about it. Let's jump on YouTube or whatever. Not a single fucking sprite in that game was like that. Any of those trailers in any way, shape, or form. Not one fucking bit. I don't even think you clicked. There wasn't even horror. There wasn't even horror in that game at all. It was just some random, normal, shitty mobile RPG. And that was it, you know, and some people downloaded it and they're like, well, the game's still kind of cool. And it's like, yeah, but they literally are showing me something completely different. And I think maybe the reason why they were able to get away with that is that even though it's false advertising, you're not paying any money to get it, right? They can literally pull you in on it because there's not any money is exchanging hands whatsoever. So like they can literally lie about whatever game they want you to download, and when you download it, then you experience it for yourself, and then you can choose whether you want to give them some money later on for that or whatever in their microtransactions. But yeah. Nelson, it showed up, sneak up on the enemy, lock that picture to full Nelson. Yeah. The other character could beat the shit out of him. Never happened. Yeah, not even close. Not even any way, you know. Yeah, the online game, they kept going.
Peter Molyneux swore up and down that the game would
it's
not
pretty
be
ridiculous.
an on-rails experience.
Yeah,
But
making every game
upon
pay to win is
release,
literally
fans would
Gamba.
come
Yeah,
to find that
100%.
exploration within the game was entirely linear, and players were certainly not happy. After Fable's failure on Connect in 2012, Peter would leave Lionhead permanently to pursue yet another independent venture. Due to reasons most likely pertaining to Milo's cancellation, Peter felt as though Microsoft's hold on Lionhead was becoming too much of a creative barrier, and was disheartened with the company's decision to can the project.
See, people like Peter are people that are kind of like Uwe Boll, right? The guy that made the Street Fighter movie, an absolute pile of trash. He made a bunch of other video game type movies, absolute piles of trash. But he is so certain that everything that he fucking touches, everything that he makes, is the coolest and most innovative and next level shit ever. They're like the epitome of the Dunning-Kruger effect personified. And that's what the biggest problem is. He's like, we're making the greatest thing. My ideas are these best ideas. And then if somebody else fails to do it, it's everybody else's fucking fault, not his. So he's probably like, I need to leave this studio. Microsoft is the reason why everything didn't go good. My developers didn't develop good enough. Everybody didn't do, you know, he probably just like really shit on everyone else. And he's like, I'm going to go do my own thing. When in all actuality, somewhere probably maybe this tiny little speck of thought inside of his head is like, we need to jump ship because it's sinking. And I just need to find another ship in there. Fuck everybody else. We'll let them sink. You know, if you work with people, yeah, I've definitely worked with people like that too, right? And yeah, we don't get it. Yeah, because they're for reasons, obvious reasons, right? It's some bullshit, and it's like, no, you need to understand that you need to understand and take responsibility for the things that are definitely your fault, why they're your fault, and why you should not do these things again. But they just continuously repeat that cycle.
Peter would then go on to found his third new company in the gaming industry, 22 Cans. Unsurprisingly though, Peter's new venture would fall prey to much of the same behavior that he was
mobile
known
game
for
clicky thing
previously, with a
okay,
sequence of
here it is. Yeah. All right, so I actually wanted to talk about this, but I totally forgot about it. Because I actually partook in this thing or whatever. Hello there, gamer 062387. You're not a bot, are you? So I took part in this thing that they're just about to talk about, right? And whatever. And it was like a mobile game. You download it, and it had this giant cube. And every single time you touch the square, it would make a piece disappear. And there were millions and millions and millions of squares for you to get down. And then it was kind of like a contest. He was like, whoever gets to the center wins an unbelievable prize of great value, you know, and some shit like that. And yeah, let's see what this guy has to say about this part.
Scandals and false promises that would continue as a result of his presence in the media. It seems like no matter what team he was a part of, Peter was always finding ways of getting himself into trouble. As for Milo, well, it's been almost 10 years since anyone has spoken about him. Many ex-Lionhead members
I guess he doesn't talk about it.
Project filler or a tech demo that accidentally wound up in production. And some at Microsoft deny it was ever a game in the first place. In 2012, Peter was asked about his thoughts on Microsoft's decision to cancel Milo.
So before they go on, because they barely touched on that thing that he was talking about, so I was really curious as to what the prize was. I remember being on the train going to and from work or whatever every day. I was fucking clicking those fucking boxes like crazy. And in the end, of course, I wasn't the winner, which was fine. But in the end, he was like, here is your fantastic prize. Like, we could probably find the YouTube video somewhere up on there or whatever, because it was a YouTube video that just showed up. And he was like, you get to be like the god in my new game, and you won't ever have to pay for it. And you can play the game as much as you want, and you will have a status that nobody else will ever have, and you could make these changes in the game, whatever. He wanted you to essentially be like the god in black and white for the thing or whatever, yeah. Just watch Game Cause. I thought hell froze over. I know, right? We tried. Fucking ridiculous. Which, I mean, in my brain, seeing Peter Molyneux up on the stage was like absolutely ridiculous. The end times are surely upon us. And now I'm trying to educate anybody who's here that really cares There ain't no prize. No, not at all. I was like, oh, big fucking whoop. You know, he didn't say exactly what it was. He didn't say. He was just like it was going to be of great value or whatever. So people were holding. I don't know. Is it a trophy? Is it money? Is it a gold bar? Is it a job opportunity? Is it, you know, like it led. There was like wild speculation all over the place or whatever. But he was like, you get to be in my video game. Nobody gives a fuck, Peter Molyneux. I don't even think that thing ever even came out. I don't even think that ever happened. But I would need to do some research into that to remember if it did or not. Hold up. Let me see if I can. Where did he talk about? Hold on. I'm going to see. We'll go back for just Curiosity, the app that fooled anyone. Here we go. Peter Molyneux, Curiosity. Yeah, what's inside the cube? All right, here we go. We'll pop on the thing. We'll look at that
scandals
just after this is over.
Promises that would continue as a result of his presence in the media.
Peter Molyneux's Goddess is a failure and a warning to others. Okay, God, so that might be the name of the game or whatever. We'll go over that in a second.
It seems like no matter
what's inside the cube,
he was a part of, Peter was always finding ways of getting himself into trouble.
Oh, wait a little bit.
Accidentally wound up in production. And some at Microsoft deny it was ever a game in the first place. In 2012, Peter was asked about his thoughts on Microsoft's decision to cancel Milo, and in a brazen attempt to deflect all blame, claimed that he felt the industry just wasn't ready for it. Somehow, Peter had convinced himself that Project Milo was just too ahead of its time to be brought to market. And I guess if you consider all the lies he made about the game, then yeah, he was right. At the end of the day, it's kind of a shame. If Peter had just focused more on what was possible with Milo instead of what could be possible, we might have actually seen the game released. And who knows, it might have been half decent. But the truth was, Milo's technical capabilities just weren't advanced enough to meet the expectations put in place for the project, and the ideas that actually made Milo exciting just weren't ready to be made a reality. But now, with breakthroughs in artificial intelligence occurring every other day, we may not have to wait too long before we see another company take a crack at the idea. Let's just hope that, unlike Peter, they've got the proof to back it up. Thanks for watching.
All right. So now you guys have been educated on Peter there. You realize like why I was so furious to see him on the stage. I feel like he never should take part in video games ever again, but you know, that's me being a little dramatic, I'll admit. But here we go. Curiosity, what's inside the cube? It's an experimental video game by Peter Molyneux Studio 22 Cans, originally called Curiosity. The game was later renamed to avoid confusion with the Mars rover, which I didn't know they were still making back at that day. That's pretty awesome. The social experiment ended 26th of May 2013. That was just a few days before my birthday, and was won by Brian Henderson from Edinburgh, Scotland. And the game was met with controversy after the reward ended up being less life-changing than claimed, and ultimately nearly non-existent due to the commercial failure of Goddess. So yeah, Goddess. So here's we'll go over that. And some drama queen drama. What's up, Angels? Good to see you. I never thought Indiana Jones in a Circle would come to PlayStation. I didn't even think about that at all, like I just didn't even know that it. I didn't know that there were reasons for Indiana Jones not to go to PlayStation. So when it was like, it's going to be on PS5, I was like, oh, all right. You know, like I just wasn't, I wasn't editor. But so anyway, yeah. So multiplayer social experiment game, featureless. It was featureless and minimalist. White room in the middle of it floated a giant cube made of billions of smaller cubes, cubelets, and white floating text across each layer, usually topic related, hashtags, notifications, stuff like that. With small messages, players tap the cubelets to dig through the surface of the layer to reveal the next layer below, and the goal was to reach the center and discover what's inside the cube. Each layer, which had a distinct look or design, contained a clue as to what was in the center of the cube. Each cubelet that was destroyed by a player awarded them coins. Coins could be spent on tools that temporarily enhance the player's abilities, such as picks ranging from iron to steel to diamond that increase the number of cubelets destroyed with each tap, or firecrackers that could be laid on the cube in long strings to chain together explosions. 22 Cans added more gameplay mechanics as the players progressed through the cube. version 2, released on December 7th, included 3 new features. Yeah, it was many months that this game was being tapped on, by the way. It was like, the concept's cool. And remind me about the concept's cool instead, so I can say something a little nice about Peter after this is all over. Included draw mode, badgers and golden badgers, as well as page graphing various statistics about the cube against time. In addition, Peter Molyneux suggested there may be more to the game than it would seem. There is something we haven't told everybody, and when you play the cube. When you play the cube, you're also doing something else. You don't realize you're doing it. You're not just doing things in the cube. You don't realize it, but you're doing something in something else as well at the same time. Okay. I'm not even sure what it is. Maybe he had us mining bitcoins, like literally, actually, like physically, before bitcoins existed. Maybe. He claimed that what was inside the cube is life-changingly amazing by any definition. Drugs. I sure hope so. So I will say this one more time, right? What is inside the cube is life-changingly amazing by any definition. That's fucking a lot, right? And 99% of people, because of the capitalist society we live in, are, money's the number one thing that comes to mind, right? They would be like, oh, well, $1 million sure would change my life now, wouldn't it? But of course, there was a billion other possible things or whatever. Critics stated that the game designer might be overpromising, and when it was suggested to him that he should tone down the enthusiasm, he responded, I don't want to believe less than something. I want to make something that is worthy of the emotion behind it. Once again, kind of adding to that brain type of Dunning-Kruger effect thing. The thing that I'm making is so good, and everything that I am a part of is so fundamentally amazing that when I share it with somebody else, they're going to be fucking mind blown. And then it's like, it's like somebody being like, I'm really hungry. And they're like, I have something for you that will completely and totally change your life. And then they give you like a rock. And they're like, well, yeah, but I'm really hungry. And they're like, you don't understand what I'm trying to give you. Let me help you understand how important this rock is. And they're like, well, I'm fucking hungry. Like that goes on forever. You kind of get my idea about that. According to the statistics page available in game for version 2 as of 8th of December, the game had over 3 million users. 22 Cans did not anticipate such widespread interest in the game and were not prepared to handle the extreme load, causing connectivity issues to persist from launch day to nearly a week afterwards. It was pretty intense. The floating text across the layers usually carried the hashtag of this game experiment hashtag curiosity. In short, informal messages from the staff. Oh, that's very interesting. Was in the App Store 2012. I remember where I was working. I remember going to and from work and all this stuff, whatever. It was intended release on tablets, whatever. The rest of this shit is bullshit because the most amazing part, the most important part about Goddess is a God video game developed by 22 Cans and published by Dena. They publish some good shit still now to this day. The company launched a Kickstarter campaign to raise funds and met their funding goal on December 2012. Goddess was designed by Peter Molyneux, who described it as the spiritual successor to his earlier creation, Populous. A real-time strategy combat game spin-off, Goddess Wars, was released in 2016. While the mobile version of Goddess continued to be updated, the PC editions of both games never left Steam Early Access and are no longer available for purchase on the Steam website. Man believed his own hype. Yeah, it's indeed, like, it can be, you have to be very careful, when believing in your own hype, You have to be, hold on, Natty just did something. Natty just, how dare. Anyway. Let's find out more in here, whatever. Player, start saving, drown woman, promised land. They will breed a worker. Is she hot? Then they will settle down, build a tent, breed more workers, population through the ages, belief, whatever. So I think that they meant for the winner of the previous thing to become like the actual god here, or whatever. Goddess was the effort of Peter Molyneux, The 22 Cans, spiritual successor, creation of Populous, Dungeon Keeper, Black and White. He left his position at Microsoft to find 22 Cans. Studio released its first game, What's in the Cube. Company launched a Kickstarter. Hold on, I'm trying to get to the good shit, right? Oh man, was it on fucking Ouya? Are you kidding? Okay, anyway. Android. What I should really be looking for. Oh, actually, it seems like there's. What it should actually be looking for, I think, is here. With the end of 22 Can's first game, Curiosity, What's Inside the Cube, it was revealed that in Goddess, a single person will reign as the virtual god over all of the other players, with the ability to intrinsically decide on the rules that the game is played by. It was also revealed that the same player will receive 1% of the revenue made by the game. Okay, so that actually means that, you know, at least somebody's going to be getting some money. There's at least a little bit of that. Brian Henderson has still not received the prize? Oh, wait, so I guess this was 2015. I wonder if there's anything as of now, whatever. Maybe it says here. In March 2017, Molyneux claims that Goddess had not made a profit and Henderson would not receive money. Wow. So, like, not only that, he was like, you're going to get the greatest thing ever. And then it was going to be bullshit. And then the guy that even won it didn't even get the bullshit. He truly wasted his time. Yeah, legit. We kind of, the social experiment aspect of it was kind of cool. This was the nicest thing that I could really say about Peter Molyneux. Is a certain aspect of visionariness, whatever. But we have people like this in the gaming industry and, of course, in all facets of life in general, right? Where, you know, there are people that have big ideas. And sometimes people's big ideas, they're too big to fit into the cup of innovation. You know what I mean? Like, for instance, Star Citizen, right? The people making Star Citizen, the guy making Star Citizen, that dude's got some big fucking dreams. And the amount of money that's gone into it now has been unbelievable. It's not even out of alpha. And it's a large hot pile of shit. There's some cool shit about it. It can look really cool. It's technically playable. You know, there's things like, but that's a good example of somebody who has these really gigantic dreams, and those dreams are awesome, and they want the same thing we want. That's a very important thing. They have a lot of ideas, and there's a lot of cool shit that they would like for us to be able to have as interactive media, interactive art, and you know, that's great. I want that too. You guys might want that too. I want that all the time. That's pretty much every gamer's dream, is to sort out online our way into some sort of actual virtual world and be able to like do everything. But the fact of the matter is that like these ideas are too far beyond the scope of reality for now, to a sense. I mean, we're making it there and we're doing a lot more things, but there are limitations. One day maybe they will, maybe, you know, we will cross that threshold, but every single person that tries, usually, you know, they fly too close to the sun and their wax wings melt. But that doesn't mean that they kind of shouldn't try. You know, that's kind of what I can give them enough. If you don't try, then you don't find any ways to break things. This is the thing that really makes me angry about sales departments, right? Sales companies will sell whatever they fucking possibly can sell. That's their job. And then it's the other person's job, the developers or whatever, is to find a way to make what they sold real so that nobody gets sued or whatever, right? And this has led to innovations. This had led, you know, sometimes we find ways to get over whatever hurdles may have been in our way, and we can make these things a reality. But at the same time, sometimes you just fall flat in your face and create a giant gaping hole and bring everybody with you. Taking the chances are important. Innovation happens this way. Mother is the necessity. Necessity is the mother of invention. We need this. We need to make this. Let's find a way to make it. That's all really great or whatever. But like, you know, sometimes you have to, man, I don't even really know. Sometimes you just gotta take a chill pill. Sometimes you just got to listen to a friend and be like, are you really sure about this? Let me show you some reasons as to why this might not be that good of an idea. And let me tell you, let me give you some reasons as to why maybe we should take what we have now and run off with it. Or maybe we should start again, or maybe something else. Fucking, if I'm correct, Star Citizen is still running on the Frostbite engine, I think it's called, and that thing is limited. As far as I know, as far from whatever research that I've done on this stuff like that, one of the biggest issues with the game is that it's running on Frostbite, and instead of scrapping the entire thing and trying to make the whole thing in like Unreal Engine 5 or something like that, you know, trying to make it in something else that is much more prevalent or much more well known, has maybe some better tools, maybe just even functions more, has a lot more bandwidth to handle the dream that they have. Instead of doing that, they're trying to find a way to you know, put enough makeup on the pig. They're trying to find a way to like break free of the limitations of the Frostbite engine. And one of the things that they had done from that is creating some sort of like mesh system where they're like, okay, well, the server will, if somebody shoots a bullet in space, that bullet will keep going. And then, you know, it'll go from one thing in the mesh network. We'll be able to know where that bullet is and calculate it, and that will make things run better. And that means we can increase the amount of people that are inside our game from 100 at any given time to 200. You know, something like that. Instead of, I don't know, in EVE Online, I've taken place in battles that have had like more than 6,000 people. The game runs at less than a frame a second, and it's a hot pile of shit while it's happening, but it's actually still happening, and it does happen from start to finish. Our Citizen said that they would have tons of solar systems or whatever, and they've only ever given us one. They can only have like 100 people, barely 100 people. Everything crashes. Anyway, I think you guys feel me. That was the part that I wanted to read about the most, was about poor Brian Henderson and all the chipping away that he did. I hope he cheated. I hope he cheated the game. I hope he found a way to like, you know, just kind of cheat his way to the center. And well, that's great. Anyway, that's it for me, I guess, for the most part. Should I do an outro song? Let's do I wouldn't even know what to do. Hold on, I gotta try and find a song real quick. It's not happening. I need to have the game over theme. From Zelda. This one will do. This one will do like a minute. Here we go. Ooh, this one is even, I think, the original one from the disc version? Question mark? I have no idea, and it doesn't really matter. I just want to turn a little bit of something on while I while we leave here. I'm gonna go raid Auroral Visage. I believe that she playing Elden Ring. I'll find out in like a second. Yeah, she's playing Elden Ring, so I'm not really gonna be able to watch, but I've been watching her lately. She's been playing some retro RPG type things. I would like to introduce all of you to her because she's pretty awesome. What am I doing? Have a great day. You guys too. Thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out. It's been a slice. I don't know if I'll be back tonight or not, because I'm probably going to need to sleep. But when we come back, hopefully we'll be playing the new Wukong game. Thank you guys so much. I love you. Bye.